Alright, let's roll a d6. In fact, I will roll the d6.
See who dies.
Boom, Josh is dead. Boom, Anna's gone. Boom, Ben Jacobs becomes the next Jesus. Anyway.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm just making jokes. D6. Kylie.
Oh boy, I thought it was going to come to me. Well,
Like
good,
a
'cause
D6.
State Farm is...
Alright, what happened? I'm trying to remember where we started
Actually, let me
from where we
reroll.
ended the time previous.
I rerolled. Ben, please take it.
don't you take this away from
Alright,
me.
fine, Kylie, you can do this.
She probably knows them better than anybody, so...
Oh, Kylie, just go.
You just don't want me to do it in the voice. It's fine.
No, I just...
My
You
recap would have
understand,
been...
all I'm gonna do is just sit there being like, I hate and enjoy this. I don't know what I'm going to do next.
It's good that she's doing, because if I was doing the recap, I was going to Google vent pictures and just show people pictures of vents.
Okay, good.
Vents.
Yes, okay, for goodness sake.
Except we're in space, so they're the events.
We were
There
traveling
we go.
through the
That's the order.
hyperspace
And everything you
still,
stand for.
and
I'm switching down.
little kobold buddy decided to go Rambo in the vents. So he hunted a rat and lived in the vents until we came to our destination. And Artie tried to take the stylus to draw on the Warforged faceplate, and that didn't really end as well as he was hoping it would.
I'm
And
surprised
I
you
have the
lived.
stylus
yeah,
now.
Warforged has my stylus. And yeah, what did everybody else do? Signorin would vanished. He wasn't there.
Yeah, he
Nobody
just
could
disappeared.
find him. I think
It happens.
I think the dwarf spent his entire time trying to find
Did
Signorin.
actually. It was hilarious.
I spent most of my time finding Miss Senyorin.
Trying
It
to. You
happens.
never did though.
He disappears from time to
And
time.
then we got to the planet place, and it was under attack by space pirates. And that didn't go by very well either. We ended up getting boarded, and Artie lost his whole jellyfish buddy. That was
jellyfish is dead.
And he saved your life.
it did. It saved my life, and I need to add in there because I was trying to explain it, and I never got it through all the way. But while he was after the jellyfish guy died, Artie went into this blind, furious sob rage.
You
and
did murder a space pirate with a
just-
stick.
Yeah, that thing,
He
she
just-
actually killed him.
He just went
Did
crazy
kill a heavily
on.
armored murder soldier.
So he went crazy on the space pirate thing, and just even after it was dead, he was still beating on the thing until he would reach a point of exhaustion, and then he would just collapse and cry.
To be fair, I thought it would kill you one-on-one, so
I
I'm
did too.
impressed.
Yeah, he somehow managed to come out of that one on top, but he is emotionally crushed right now because his jelly buddy is dead, and he's on a quest to try and find a cleric to revive it. He is.
Maybe I should throw challenge rated 5s at you guys, because 3s didn't work.
It almost killed me.
We had two characters
I
on the
keep
stylus.
throwing things harder than they're supposed to be, and nobody dies.
I don't
You
know, I
get
got
to die.
close.
You don't
I
need to
would
die.
have died.
Please.
It was sad.
No, it's
So,
just,
and then
I've
we
never killed somebody through a flat encounter.
So-
And it's just one of those things I want to check off on my list. One day.
Just add more dragons.
So Dwarf Man was helping the the captain of of the ship and making some decisions on fighting these pirate people. And Kobold guy got to have fun with cannons and guns and made some shots. And then we encountered this giant Cthulhu squid thing that was about to eat us. And then they shot a laser beam at it, and then it threw us. And we are now hurtling our way to the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we lost some of our fleet, but we did
Yeah.
We had
win.
a fleet.
We did
Oh,
win
you
the
guys
skirmish.
Yeah, we got hit pretty
arrived.
good.
There was this huge fleet battle. People were dying.
Whole carriers.
Fun.
Well,
We
ships
went
got
up
shot
against
out
other
of
ships.
space and were just like wreckages. It was great.
We were boarding and being
I missed quite a
boarded,
bit.
and we did actually win the skirmish, as far as I know. But then Cthulhu monster suddenly happened.
Covered their retreat, actually, very conveniently.
So now we are falling to our deaths.
And hopefully we can prevent that.
Yeah.
All right,
Now your spaceship is hurtling towards a planet.
Right.
here we go.
You know, with massive energy coursing through the hull, causing massive problems.
Right.
Anyway,
Right. Can't forget that part.
you know, I just gotta keep you guys.
Oh,
All right, here we go.
Metro.
So you guys are hurtling towards a planet, and most of your crew is, well, a bunch of them are still on the other ship, or at least getting off of the ship and potentially returning. So they're not going to be coming onto your ship because they're in escape pods and stuff. And yeah, you guys are understaffed, and you're damaged, and you're flying towards a planet at high speeds with no ability to not die. So what are you guys gonna do?
Gonna panic! Ah!
Right.
I don't know.
Where'd you come from?
There's no escape
I guess
pods
I'm just
left
here
for
now.
us to get in.
Yeah, basically.
I've been looking for you for like 3 days.
You actually got yanked out of wherever you had accidentally found yourself by a strange eldritch yank.
Right.
Some kind of strange Cthulhu thing just pulled you out of the void.
Sounds reasonable.
Yep.
And how did you get back here then?
That's how.
A strange Cthulhu monster just, yanked me over here.
How did you leave? Did it just yank you out?
Good
and
question,
yank
no
you back?
idea.
Something like that. Anyway,
Well, considering how cosmic horror works, it's supposed to be beings that are beyond our comprehension, that do things beyond our comprehension.
So
Maybe
generally
it just
speaking,
grabbed you and kind of looked you over, and they were like, oh.
it's beyond my
and then put you back.
comprehension.
good then.
It's also above my pay
Alright.
grade.
You get paid.
No, exactly.
We're not popular enough to get paid.
Actually, you are, but we'll worry about that in a while when you have stuff to be paid with and not flying to your death.
Yeah, if we're dead, we can't get paid.
Ready to pop up?
I don't know what I'm going
In
to
the
do.
ship? He's vaguely aware of where things are. He's been there before.
Once.
Once was enough.
I don't know.
The great rat battle. Of
The great rat
2019.
battle of 2 weeks ago. Or 4 weeks now.
4 weeks.
Epic
What?
rat battles of history.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
All right.
Alright.
Yeah.
I don't.
The captain's upset.
Alright, is there any way to stop us
He's
flying
very
towards that planet?
intrigued.
I'm not here. I'm in the vents.
Is there anything going on with the engines that could use an engineer's help?
Well, you are. Where are you right now?
Probably still in the engine room. I didn't get very far before we got thrown.
Yeah. The engines are kind of on the fritz. They're not running.
Okay, that's that. What do we need to do to make them run again?
The term fix
miracle.
them might be appropriate.
Yes. What am I using to look to fix them?
Probably investigation, or if you have, investigation at your Tinker's Tools ability to it, because I'm nice.
Which was a +1?
Yeah, it's more than nothing.
That's going to be, I think, a 15 or a 17, depending on if my Tinker Tools is proficiency.
It's proficiency, so 17? That'd be good enough that you're aware that there's a powerful electromagnetic pulse going through your ship. In about 5 minutes, you'll be able to actually start trying to turn things on. Until then, you can try not to get massively electrocuted or thrown magnetically, but
How much time till it hacks to the planet?
probably about 5 minutes.
Oh boy. Guys, there's nothing we can do with the engines right now.
Yeah, I'll let them hear that.
Oh, that's
We are all
great.
we are in the captain's room at the moment. All of us, I assume.
I did acquire
It's almost like the
telepathy.
voice is carried on this hideous static,
No. Are you back in the vents?
but it is
Yes.
more of a mystic power that I'm letting use that.
I
He's
do
in the vents
have
for vent reasons.
I do have telepathy now that
Yeah.
I can go 120 range.
Yeah, that'll count.
So.
You hear this too. Are there escape pods?
You have telepathy?
You have
Yes.
about 2 that probably
And she's got
would
telepathy?
work if there was electrical currents going
she's
through.
Oh,
got
my
it, and I
goodness.
just got it.
Technically, your life supports are off, but that won't be a concern if you. That will be a concern for about an hour, and even then, not.
Oh, we
much.
have like an hour to fix this problem.
No, an hour not to die normally, but you have 5 minutes before your ship hits the ground, and 5 minutes before you get electricity back.
Right. Right.
You have a more immediate concern.
So we can only wait.
Wait for impact. That's a bad idea. Is there any way we can turn the electricity back on?
You can try to vent it. You can try to ground it.
Vent him into space.
You can try a lot of things. The question is, what do you think you can do?
I honestly don't
Vent the
know how
vents.
electricity works.
I've seen an engine
I'm
at
sure
least
Artie
once
does,
before.
but I playing Artie does not know.
Well, electricity has currents, and your system's meant to handle certain currents in certain directions, not others. So getting that system a more clean up would do a lot.
So does anyone have
Alright, well let's do that
electricity?
then.
All right, you could try. I would warn you that failure with electricity is very dangerous.
Yes. Where's our Smithy boy?
He was in the boarding party.
Oh, he's not with us.
That's unfortunate.
Nope.
Okay, well, let's try and send out another telepathic message just asking if there's anybody who's gonna get stocked with electricity that could help me out with this.
I think I might be immune. I'm
Space
not a living
buddy,
thing.
come help me.
I'm not your buddy. I'm not your space buddy, but I'm here. What do you want?
Help me reroute this stuff. We need to get the electricity back.
Tell me what to do.
What am I doing?
All right. Well, what you're building is a resistor, and you're building capacitors. Essentially, you're doing that the junk way.
Yes,
So
I
this
can do
won't
that.
work in real life very effectively, but this is technically sci-fi.
I can do that though. I
In
am
real life, you would never have this ability.
I am
This is fantasy.
fancy
Congrats.
with that. This is my
So,
mechanical-
So your goal is to
Side
store grounded, like you're trying to ground the electricity into something that will catch most of the excess that's ruining everything.
okay.
So your goal is to find places that are kind of cordoned off in metal that can contain that. Might actually damage them, but it's better than having the ship totally unfunctional
true.
and hitting the planet at high speed.
All right, I will relay all of this over to you and just kind of tell you what to do.
Yeah, so your goal is to find a place to ground the electricity to.
How do I just put the wire on the ground?
Oh no.
How do I do this?
Oh no.
Quick,
Do you
we need to
actually
get the
do
ship
that?
on the ground.
Oh no.
Don't do that.
We need to find like a piece of metal of something that is not going
Like
to
a large
affect.
piece of metal.
Inches it towards his face, like
If it's not gonna hurt you, go for it.
it will probably hurt me.
Okay.
The Warforge doesn't have any immunity to electricity, but I don't have a heart that can be stopped.
You should
So I
probably
can take damage, but I don't think I should put the
You will
entire
not be
ship.
instantly dead, but
But I
you
probably
might
shouldn't
be
put
if
the
you
whole.
burn.
Yeah, you could catch fire.
Yeah.
you should probably roll some sort of intelligence check to see if you know where to put it.
You hear this voice from the fence. Lick it. Lick it. So you can watch it.
Wasn't that
That's
one?
not one. Oh no.
No,
All right. Well, you
intelligence.
believe that if you wrap this into yourself, you will become a god.
I will become one with the ship. All right,
Oh,
going on my
oh.
forehead.
All right.
Is there a cleric anywhere for when I die?
All right. You take 21 damage with electric, and you get thrown back.
Oh, I only had 19 points of damage.
You're unconscious. You're
goodness.
dead though.
So you just see
Slowly stick
right,
it to your face.
Quick question, did that work?
Yeah, did that
I
seem to do
really don't
anything?
think it
It
worked.
did nothing.
Oh boy.
And
Die. Right, so you said large piece of metal, right?
Yeah.
So the ship appears to be a large piece of metal to
Yes,
me.
but there's people on the ship. We don't want to electrocute everybody.
Is that how electricity works?
It says the
I
electrical
don't
engineer
think
over
we
here.
can ground that wire.
Can
Well, most
the
of the
ship
floor
make
is
it?
titanium.
We
Can the ship make enough electricity
It's not
that
too
even it can't
conductive, but
contain
it's
it?
conductive enough.
Right, so if we get everybody sent...
So
Hear me out, hear me out.
Instantly
I've got an idea.
vaporize everybody on the ship, but that's an improvement for titanium because titanium actually is somewhat resistant.
I've got an idea. We get everybody to stand on like a chair or something, and then we shock the
Stand on
ground.
plastic. Plastic does not conduct electricity.
Or you need a piece of metal that's just disconnected from the rest.
Oh, yeah.
A little pocket of metal to put it in.
That's true.
You know, a little secret reservoir.
So,
I guess
how do we find
So
those?
have I been hearing all this telepathically? Is that what you said
if
is
they
going on?
One side of the conversation, anyway.
Yeah, they can say that if they want.
I just need to know if I understand enough of this that I can go scrounging for metal pieces.
Sure.
Okay, can I scrounge for metal pieces?
You absolutely can.
What would that be a roll of? I'm gonna look for metal pieces in the vents.
Scrounging, that's either investigation or survival, depending on which one you're better at.
Survival. He got bonus points for survival,
No.
I think.
Like one.
It's stealth. My investigation?
Mm-hmm.
Investigation's better. Come on, big money.
The survival was a hilarious side effect that I just gave because it was a funny weekend events.
Great.
Oh, I do have that. I forgot. Okay. Well, then survival is slightly better, so that's a 12.
Cool. 12? You don't find anything that is really useful. You find shards of metal, you find a whole bunch of girders, but you don't find anything that's actually useful for your cause.
I tried, guys.
I've got a
wait,
15
guys.
on my investigation to try and find something.
Okay. The engine room is full of interesting metal things. Most of them are actually independently kind of sourced to try to prevent this. If this wasn't dealt by some massive wave of electric power, then this probably wouldn't have happened. It was kind of trying to avoid that. So one of the issues is that you're not sure which to route to and which won't work, and there's a lot of electrical pooling, and you're not sure what power is in each one. They all crackle and buzz, and if you touch the wrong one, you might get hurt.
Can I pick up some of the metal shards that are like the shrapnel, just throw it at each of the ones and see which one reacts?
I mean, you absolutely can.
Okay, we'll do that.
All right, roll the throw, and just roll it once, and we'll just take that as your general throwing ability.
Is that strength or dexterity?
Athletics.
So yeah.
I mean, you could roll the hit as a dex ranged attack.
13.
That would be fun too.
13.
Cool, 13's fine. You managed to throw pebbles and shards of metal, shrapnel. And there's... Do you throw any of the engines themselves?
No, just the things that you were talking about that would
There's
be
a whole
ideal.
bunch of essentially just isolated metal towers, kind of
Yeah.
columns as the sides of the room. You throw at some of those. One of them gets launched off at high speeds and penetrates an engine,
Definitely not that one.
like a bullet. And that one just begins to leak actual engine fluid.
Oh dear.
This is
Right.
highly toxic,
Oh,
and this room might be poisoned in a few minutes.
Oh,
You throw another one, it just bounces off kind of regularly. You throw another one, it kind of gets stuck there magnetically. You throw another one, and it just kind of like hits it and gets kind of repelled a bit, but not as hard as the other ones. There's about 4 of them that are on your side of this room.
Right, so one of them bounced off. That one seems safe.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm gonna quickly send out a telepathic message of like, 1, I need a cleric down here. That 2, somebody help me repair the engine that's now leaking like very bad stuff.
Okay.
And then I'm going to touch the wire thing to one of those
I'll come down.
4 poles that didn't really do much.
Okay.
I'll come down to child robot thing.
So somebody please heal me before we hit the ground and I lose double my hit points and die.
You're unconscious.
I dream of ascending to godhood.
Via electric
Also,
shock.
You're just like, I have left the shell of my mortal body.
Get that
one
one,
eye.
get that one hard.
Touch.
Touch.
Also, when I regain consciousness, I'm going to run everything I say through Google Translate and then bring it back so that it's slightly more garbled.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's right, because she's like a robot or something like that.
Technically, they're
I mean, not really, but that's what I'm going to do
they're a
anyway.
thing that develops sentience through strange means.
You gain 10 hit points.
I'm more robotic in this world, but traditionally,
You would be
they
a
are
plant
more-
inside a piece of metal.
yeah, they're
Traditionally.
golems more.
So does the ground work with the...
Well, we'll see how well they can actually put it together. I haven't had them roll for that yet. Cool.
Okay,
So you've done the healings.
I am. I'm healed now.
Are you at any positive HP?
At 8
Cool, you're up.
HP. Oh.
You have the worst headache. Roll. You know what? Roll for seeing electrical shock visions.
19?
Cool. You saw into infinity for a moment there. At least you think you did.
I wake up with the feeling that I may or may not be a god.
You feel energized, that's for sure.
I get back up. Ready for the next round.
Because you have static now. Oh goodness.
It's leaking everywhere.
Oh, it's so much more fun in a game when people aren't horribly dying. Anyway. Yeah. Alright, now you're gonna try to ground it?
Yes, we're gonna.
Alright, is anyone gonna help you, or are you just gonna try that on your own?
If there are any of my goblin brothers here can help me out.
They left, remember? They were on the boarding party, most of them, and a lot of them tried to repulse invaders and died.
If they came back, though, a lot of them died, but you said that some of them came back.
Yeah, because there was issues to solve in the other parts of the ship.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is, there's not any goblins in the room right now.
Go figures. I'll probably reach out telepathically again and be like, somebody help me with this!
I mean,
don't know
both
what
of
I'm
us are
doing.
in the same room.
Well, do you have to know anything about grounding wires?
I'll see.
Yeah.
What sort of roll would I do?
Probably have wandered down by now, at least.
You know, I'll let you roll Arcana.
Okay. Arcana.
It's
Dirty
vaguely
20.
Electrical. Dirty 20? That's a dirty electrical 20, that's for sure. So, alright, fine. Yeah, you've done your fair share. It's not impossible, and you know, you did work on making this breastplate of yours earlier. You still do that, or did that not happen?
I did do that.
Cool. So yeah, you actually have had some slight experience with kind of electric parts and machines, because your breastplate does include electronics. This is sci-fi. So yeah, you have slightly better knowledge than little Ernie does. So yeah, you definitely would be able to help.
You're smaller than me. You're the smallest one here, so I'll just do it.
No, Kobold's the smallest one.
Oh.
I don't know if he's down here in the engine room.
He's staring from the vents
in the
and
vents.
mocking.
I feel like I'm like twice as tall as you anyways.
Well, not twice.
We're twice as
I'm
tall as
relying on the
everybody
vents.
else.
I'm relying on the vents to cushion our damage when we crash.
I don't think that's
I
going to work out that
I
way.
am almost 5
I'll
foot.
just hand it to you and be like, alright, you take care of it. I gotta try and fix this hole I put in the engine. Unless if somebody else is already coming down to help
Alright,
me
so
with
you're
that.
not going to help.
Don't
Interesting.
be, what? Am I don't know what I'm doing. He's taking it from me, so I'm like, okay, I guess you got this.
By the way, I turn to you and say, how about the ship?
We have to ground this thing first.
I thought I did that already. Oh no, wait, I would have to run that through.
You would think you did that already, but you definitely didn't.
Can I go investigate the escape pods as a just in case?
You can definitely go try to. They're not working.
Right.
You don't have too much time though. If you go to the escape pods, you won't have time to make it back here.
Right.
You will be giving up your attempt to help. And you know this. Because you know you only have about 4 minutes left until you hit the ground. You're beginning to feel the ship shudder as it begins to go through the atmosphere, and there's fire and it's starting to heat up. But the ship's very okay for that. This is nice science fiction stuff. You're not entirely dead yet.
This is not a good feeling.
This is much better than our space travel in real life.
Alright, well, I
Like,
guess.
get a hold of that shit, they're
We
dead.
just need to put that ground wire into that tube thing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
I do that.
Okay.
Do whatever my electrical engineering knowledge does.
Do you have any ability with tinkerer's tools or anything else? Do you have any kind of forging skills or tool skills or anything?
I mean, I am like a smithy, but that's about.
I'll let you count that as a bonus. What skills are you proficient in?
Skills? Investigation, insight, persuasion, religion.
Okay, you can try to roll an investigation. Find the right places to ground this so they'll actually work.
Okay, we're recording again.
We're back on.
Guys, isn't it great that we just landed safely, miraculously? Wow. Hey.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
The kobold has descended into madness.
So, Robo Doll turns to you and says, "They just put it on the ground, but it is like a question."
That might electrocute us all. It could be their best bet, though.
Yeah, if we
He's
get the whole crew to
confused.
stand on
This is
chairs,
what
Let's
he
not do
expected.
I'm telling you, it could work.
that. Please just call me over.
Okay.
Yes.
It may not hit the entire ship, but you definitely know everyone in this room on the same floor will be in trouble.
Yeah.
Do we have any expendables?
Yeah.
So nobody wants to help? Okay, we're
there
go ahead.
No, hang on.
Can I?
Call Artie over to help you.
You're here.
Oh, well, no, I went off to go look at the engine, so call
Okay,
me over.
well, if you wanted to try to fix the engine instead, you would have to choose. You're aware of the issues over here. They're talking about it.
Okay, no, I'll put off the engine for now because I've got all the stuff. There's gonna be Tinker Tools. Is that what?
You can roll a d8 to assist.
Okay.
This is really good because you're basically equipped to mess with this and finding the right spot.
What's our roll at currently? That's a 3.
16.
That makes
So it's
19.
19. Alright, anybody else want to help?
Well, Space Buddy, come help us!
Hold on.
Space buddy.
I'm just giving you big eyes.
So, question: while they're doing their thing, I'm obviously in the vents.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any vent to the outside that I can see? Or like,
Not
Find
directly.
vents
They
up?
try to not have vents to space
well, I mean,
because, you know, when you're going through hyperspace, things crawl into your ship and eat you all.
so are there any like potential exits to the outside? That's what I'm.
There
He
are
says to
hatches. They're more on
he
the
comes.
main floor, though.
He comes over, but he says,
They're not
"I am
working
not a
anymore."
space friend."
It would require a lot of strength and effort because they are all shut down and there's no electricity to make them work.
So you know when an elevator like gets to the bottom and you jump at the last second? I realize I can fly. So maybe if I jump right as we hit the ground and
There will
fly.
be a pressure wave of oxygen that will kill you. You will be hit by a grenade of death on impact with the planet. If you don't burn, and if you aren't smashed by metal.
And he said there was still a chance for these escape pods
If they work, in 5 minutes when you hit the ground.
if they work in,
In this
5
moment,
minutes.
4 minutes.
I was gonna say, I think we're at
When the
4.
energy gets back to them, they will work. They don't currently
Oh, they
have a
need
lot of their
energy.
things working. This might be your way to get those working. Welcome to the problem with the ship in space.
Fine, I'll go help.
Okay.
That was a good meta moment that we just had. The conversation between the kobold and the narrator.
It's part and Kobold debates with God.
Fine, I'll go help.
He really has lost his grip on reality.
You lost your grip on your face.
I'm just trying to provide you information your character would know.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go help him.
Alright. Do you have any skills with tools?
Yes, I do.
Cool. You can roll a d6.
I am proficient in Tinker's tools. And I
Oh,
have a
okay,
Tinker's
d8.
Wow.
And Warforged, are you gonna help at all?
I'm here, but I still
Speak
don't know
now or
what to do.
forever hold your peace. If
So
you've
it's-
tried, roll a d4.
All right.
That was only 3 anyway.
So 22.
There you go.
Well, let's see what you roll. There are degrees of success here, so, you know,
Well, listen, it can't get worse than another nat 1.
you
It
can.
is a 3.
And as I help, I'm going to climb out
Cool,
of the vent.
25.
I'm going to
You can do it.
dejectedly climb out of the vents and be like, God told me to help you guys.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, man.
It's cool.
I was just joking, but alright.
Canon now.
Hey,
You lost your mind a little
I can have a deity. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hold on. Let me get a response.
Buffering.
Yeah, it takes me a lot longer to think of things to say nowadays. Come on. You can do it. Oh, it's not very good at highlighting things.
The dial-up tone starts here.
All right. Well, basically, you do manage to get that working. You actually do manage to route a lot of this excess electricity.
Okay, good. Now I need some help with the engine before this room gets too
It
toxic.
doesn't necessarily put everything back online because there's a lot going on with your ship.
Alright, can somebody hit reverse, please?
But things are starting to come back online. The engines are sort of able to put energy through your ship. And you have about 3 minutes till you hit the ground. And yeah, things are starting to reboot and starting to work again. It's not like you're able to move at full speed. Your ship can generate about 5 feet per second. And yeah, what are you gonna do now?
Well, I gotta get this engine fixed.
It seems like there was also more damage, but yeah.
There probably is, but I gotta get this hull fixed before the room becomes toxic.
All right, you can do your best.
they
Tinker's tools and investigation to figure out what you actually.
You know
do.
I'm going to the escape pods.
Okay, you go to the escape pods. It's gonna
Peace
take
out.
you about 2 minutes.
How much time do we have left?
3.
Alright, well, either I get an escape pod or we all die. So either way,
4 plus
Seems
4
like the
plus
safe solution.
3.
peace out.
11.
Okay. You're aware there's a giant hole in one of these fuel parts of the engine. Luckily, it's not actually the part that does any sort of matter reactions, because that would have flooded the room with fire and death.
Boy.
You know, lucky stars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just need to plug it. You
Okay.
just need to put the metal back and fix it better later.
We'll plug it.
You need
for
to
now.
patch it.
Okay.
You're gonna try. You can roll. Just roll. Whatever you're best at
Whatever I'm best at.
with your Tinker's Tools bonus, because you do have some skill.
My highest skill is a 4 on anything that I haven't.
Okay, your skill's not that good, but it's good enough.
Another tinker tool. Oh, well, that's an 18 base, so.
Cool. That's really good. You managed to patch it really effectively. The piece of metal that's jammed into it actually makes a really good, good foundation to seal it.
Nice.
And after about a minute, you fix it. So you have
Okay.
2 minutes left.
Oh boy.
For you, these guys, what are you gonna do in your minute?
I'm gonna use like a couple teleports just to get over to the escape pods real quick.
No, I
See if
mean, you could have walked, but alright.
No, I'm gonna see if I can figure it out because I've never seen one before.
Cool, you have 30 seconds because you teleported there and it's really fast. What are you gonna do? In your 30 seconds, that technically will open. There's 2 escape pods.
2 escape pods.
Yep. He gets there after you get there.
Zip zip. Yeah.
But you get to do something before he gets there. What are you gonna do? Just one thing.
Just one thing.
He's a very fast kobold.
Right. I'm probably going to
He can fly.
just figure out how it works mostly. Just like how to.
All
how
right.
to
Well,
eject.
there's a button,
Okay,
a
good.
little door opening,
There's not much else to do.
and yeah, you can get in. You can figure out there's basic steering. It's like a really basic ship.
All right.
Super basic.
That's nice.
You also can vaguely tell as you can start seeing outside that you are looking at a planet, and you guys are looking out into the air as you fall. Yeah. So yeah, you're just looking at the world sideways, and you realize, oh wait, I'm upside down. But yeah, there you go. That's what you managed to figure out is basically how to turn it on. All right, so what are you gonna do, Warforged?
So did we all decide that we needed to go hurtling into the escape pods, or were some of you not going to bother?
I think we can do more to the engines to try and get things back. Because if we go to the escape pods, everybody else on the ship dies.
Maybe.
Just personally, I'm just pretty squishy. I don't want to be in a crash landing.
Snorin's a coward.
There's only 2 escape pods.
He values his life over everyone else's.
Yeah, pretty much. I've just met you
Well-
yesterday.
So I've decided, because Google Translate isn't getting anything funny because it's actually really accurate.
It's unfortunately
he
gotten
is
better.
stuck. He is stuck in French. So he's just like, je suis un dieu. And he is ready to assist because he thinks he is a god and is indestructible, so he'll stick around.
I'm surprised you still believe that. All right.
But you technically, when you speak telepathically, it doesn't matter what language you're
Nope,
speaking.
you
still
understand
understand it.
Yeah, you understand that.
So you may as well just speak English.
It's not funny.
It is
It
not
doesn't
funny.
matter.
No, he is semi-mechanical and has screwed up his mechanical parts. So he is like sending French to everybody. So, which isn't a language that anybody remembers. It's a very ancient, lost language, and nobody knows what he's saying anymore.
She's sending gibberish.
I'm just sending
telepathically.
French.
You are getting untranslated ancient speech
Anyway, so
telepathically thrown at your brain. It
basically-
doesn't translate automatically for you. It's just some weird mumbling in your mind.
Anyway, whatever. But
are
I'm
not, in
here. I
fact,
just don't know what to
Mentally
do.
French.
I don't know engines. I don't have any proficiencies here.
So do I need to roll another investigation to see where the engines are at right now?
The engines, they seem to be coming back to power. You're not sure if they'd be working fully in time. There might be issues with other parts of the ship.
Other parts, not the engines.
The engines seem like they're going to work fine.
Okay, I guess I'll send out another telepathic to anyone within range and just ask,
Is there anything else that's not working?
You know an issue with the ship that would cause it to not be able to, to not hit the ground and die, would be either at the piloting and navigation part, or it would be with the actual, thrusters and stuff.
okay,
The actual, propulsion systems.
and he would send out
So front or the back.
telepathic messages to both of those areas and say,
Which one of these is not working?
They can't send back.
of course not.
Space buddy, you go to the back, I'm going in the front. Kobold, you come with me.
Je ne suis tout space body.
Dwarf buddy, you go help the space buddy.
Don't call me dwarf buddy.
Dwarf person, whatever you want to be called.
Je ne suis votre space body pas. Okay. But I think I was sent to the front of the ship, so.
No, I said the back.
Alright, what's in the back of the ship? I'm going.
The thrusters.
Thrusters.
Alright, I'm
The-
going.
The engines, but on the outside of the ship and not the actual generators. Think of it as the exhaust or the of a jet, another term.
The thrusters.
No, they have, there's a term,
The turbines?
the turbines. It's like those.
Okay, I'm at the
Space
giant turbines. With an 18 investigation check to really look
Cool,
at these
you know
turbines.
exactly what's wrong. They're still rebooting, they're trying to recalibrate things, and, 2 of them are broken out of 6. And they need to be basically reset and put to full because they're not getting commands from the anything. There's probably a data overflow.
Yeah, which I'm over at the engines as well.
Cool. So you guys would know that.
I've sent
Now fixing that might take a little bit of trickery, but not too much.
Les turbines doivent être ventilatrices.
Good or bad?
C'est
It is funny that you can communicate.
mal.
That's it.
I was not expecting that. I'm amused.
Reinitialities.
Okay, can you send images through telepathic? Like, give me a happy face or a frowny face?
Non.
Bad?
C'est mal.
You're not
No,
helping.
no. C'est no, no bon. No
You
bon.
get a distinct feeling of, yes, it is broke.
Okay, I guess I'll head down that way. Kobold friend, we're going back to the thrusters.
All right.
Aren't we out of time now?
No, you guys
I
get there
appreciate you
with 1
keeping me
minute.
informed of things.
However, you get there after a minute passes because you've already been working on the engine to fix it. And they didn't move, and this is their move. So I'm playing fast on this with time, but you're going to get there a bit shorter than they are, so like 30 seconds.
So
You're running as fast as you can. You are at the escape pods, you two.
Right. How many people can we fit in an escape pod?
You can fit about 8 people.
8 people.
They're pretty spacious.
I say we gather up as much crew as we can, put them in escape pods just in case.
Sounds good.
You have 2 minutes to do so.
I have like 8 people's worth of things in my jars.
Your backpack, technically, while it does have a lot of stuff, only takes up
Okay.
about an extra person's worth of space,
Okay.
which makes you about the size of 1 person.
Okay.
No, I want him to put everybody in jars, like the princess from.
The Deku
So,
Princess.
how do we get out a
Signature
message to like all the non-essential crew to get over
Well,
here?
it would be great if one of us has telepathy, right?
It would be great if people actually.
There's been a lot of
work together
telepathic
to solve
noise going on out
problems.
here.
It'd be great if one of us
spoke.
Right.
Okay, it's kind of funny if I put it through 2 languages. So he
Do we
says
see-
turbines must be returned.
Do we see any?
Good, okay, yes.
Do we see any crew around us?
Wait. What if I were to like teleport a message around the ship?
That sounds.
Yeah, there's no crew immediately around you, and you know that most of your crew is depleted, so there's only about 30 people on ship.
You do that. I'll get them working.
Right.
Okay. Call it good.
So.
Yeah, so you guys would know there's a lot fewer people on ship than before, and it doesn't seem like anyone's roaming the halls.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get one of the escape pods in working order.
Okay. You also know that nobody's in like the sub or top deck, so it's all going to be on the main floor.
Okay.
That
Right.
only about a third of the ship to look for. That's pretty good.
So, there's 2 ways I could try to do this. I could try to like write down some notes real quick and just teleport those into the room so we know people are in. Or I could like literally just teleport thoughts in there. That might be less effective and more expensive though.
I think you teleport to where the telepathic people are,
Oh yeah, that's a good
man.
idea.
and then come back.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we both in the turbines?
Break.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna teleport over to the telepath.
Okay.
Zip zip.
That you know where they are is the question.
She's broadcasting that they're in the turbine room, right?
Yes.
She did say this. Yep.
So yes,
So
it's
right.
broadcast. You can teleport there to do your thing. While you guys are all there, you have a moment to fix it. Those who want to try to help can.
Yes.
So
I
Who's
shall
going to make
help.
the roll with their best abilities?
My
This is
skill-
going to be essentially programming at a base level.
Okay.
The highest of my skills is a 4. What's the highest of everybody else's?
Your highest is a
Skill
what?
What?
The highest of my skill is a 4.
What skill?
Just in like an investigation.
I have a +7 persuasion.
persuade the computer.
Hey, computer. Hey.
Hello, computer.
Right with the mouse. Hello, computer.
You know you want to do this, computer.
Come on, listen to me, babe.
That would be hilarious. I'm going to say no. Try harder. Find something better.
My highest is intimidation.
Yeah, scare the broken machine. That'll work.
Hang on it. No, I'll just.
I mean, it lets you try. Hitting things to make them work is a time-old tradition.
Yeah, but I have a +4 in insight. That might be helpful.
You're gonna know the computer's
would be
feelings.
+4 is also my highest.
All right, so we're all gonna roll. I'm gonna roll an investigation check, whatever. And that'll be my helping.
Well, you already know the problem.
Oh right, okay.
You guys already know the problem. Investigation will no longer assist you. What you need to do is tell the actual thrusters to work. You need to speak machine.
Speak machine. Well, I kind of do. Like, what
Do
I...
know Modron.
I do know Modron. This is
I
true.
wonder if they're
System
relatable.
dot exist.
Well, okay, so it's
Startup.
it's a voice interactive.
It's not voice interactive.
No.
This is, in fact, going to be technically hot wiring.
All right. Well, what do I need to do for that then?
You are going to essentially plug in, send a whole bunch of weird electric pulses, and try to pretend you're the main command of the ship to the engines.
In Morse
What
code.
what am I doing for that?
Turn
Do you have
on.
deception? You can roll that.
Deceive the computer.
You can roll. You can roll with your Tinker Tools bonus because this would use things like that. Tinker's Tools are cool.
My deception is really bad.
Do you have anything else that's not investigation?
Insight, history. Stealth, persuasion,
Religion.
deception.
You can use Arcana.
You could use Arcana. You could also use History. I would
have-
let you use it.
Okay, both of those are
Computers
four
are
for me.
magic to me.
Okay.
Well, no, I mean, this
This
is
is
a world where
Cthulhu tech
there are,
magic.
there are computers, and we don't have a stat for that kind of knowledge.
But
Arcana
We
is
can
similar.
interchange it with Arcana, maybe?
Well, this is also Cthulhu tech, so a lot of your technology is somewhat warped and eldritch and terrible. So yeah, I would let you use Arcana.
We'll do it.
I feel like sleight of hand maybe too if
It's not a hand, yeah, if that was really good.
you're doing the,
It's not.
the wiring or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but
No, my Arcana, my history are
yeah.
higher.
I mean, the
than
real hard part isn't just plugging in; it's actually telling it what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to focus on that.
Gotta be precise.
Alright, do it.
All right.
Okay, what'd you get?
Well, that's a 12 plus 4 plus Tinker Tools plus 1 is another 3. So that's 19, I think?
That's pretty good.
I'm adding in 4 with my D4.
23. If it does really well, the results are better. Anyone who wants to spend time to help can do so.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
good,
gonna
you're
help.
here. Quick, help me assist
Oh,
with
do I
this.
pop into existence real quick?
Oh yeah, you pop into existence right then.
Really, oh, good.
Okay. Sure.
Come quick to assist.
All right, you can roll. Do you have any Arcana proficiency?
I do have Arcana. I
Roll a
believe.
d6 then, at least. So
At
you can roll a
least,
d6 to assist instead of d4.
That was nice. 5.
Nice.
Okay, 28. If you get over 30, it's going to be really good. What'd you get?
What roll? D4? Or
You have
D6.
Tinker Tools and you have a Smith background, so I'll let you
Okay.
roll d8 because that's 2 sets up from.
I don't think I have Tinker Tools, but
Okay, well you're Smithy, so I'll let you do d6. No, 2 possible down.
6.
Oh shit, okay.
Nice.
So, 34. Yeah, do you want to hit 35? Well, you can't do that. Oh, darn it.
Check it out.
Oh, you already added. I already added.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we already did.
Oh, yeah.
So 34 though, that's fantastic. 35 is the best possible that I was going to count.
We should just have a bard so that
With
they can
34,
play
you
music and
managed to tell
convince
exactly
them
what
to
you
do better.
want to do. What do you want the engines to do?
Push us away from the planet.
Reverse.
Well, they'll try, but
Max reverse.
okay. You can tell the engines reverse would probably be a bad idea.
Yeah, no, we don't want to go reverse. We want to go
Because that
forward.
would be going sideways. At the moment, you guys are
that's right,
falling
'cause
sideways,
we're
awkwardly.
Like, all sideways. So we probably want to just level out. and
Yeah,
just
So
go
you
up
guys probably
instead.
want to actually just go
Level out.
forward.
Go forward, level out, yeah.
I mean, since we're already going down, we might as well land with a soft landing.
You can try to land softly. That would require you going to the front. But if you put the engines on forward, you have about 5 more minutes.
Yeah, let's go
just-
forward.
Go forward and
I just
level
have this
out.
mental image of Artie looks at the screen is like, can you say go forward? And then like turns into like a Dora the Explorer episode. Say it with me, go forward.
Now,
And I'm like,
ever
wait.
since ever since I added in my assistance, you can
do you
see
say
that
that in
something's been
Spanish?
slowly processing
That's how
in his
we do it.
really slow head, and he tells you telepathically, "I am still not your friend in space."
But out of space, I mean, the question's still out.
Right,
Okay.
so the reason why I was here, I need you to broadcast all the non-essential crew to meet us at the escape pods. I think we can save as many lives as possible if things go south.
All right, but
Well, you have-
non-essential crew.
You guys know you have about 5 more minutes to impact, and you could easily make it to the front in 3. So you would have 2 minutes left before impact, and it would be less direct murder and more like you'd hit the ground really hard and slide, and that would be the worst.
Regardless, tell the non-essential crew to go to the escape pods.
All right, non-essential crew. This guy wants you to go to the escape pods.
What about the essential crew? That's what I want to know.
Well, the essential crew is going to be helping us move.
Oh, okay.
Essentially,
Yeah.
like
they
a
know-
skeleton
they
crew
know
to
the
try to get
tricks.
the ship like to still be alive.
You know, non-essential crew are gunners, and they're people who don't actually perform an essential role for piloting the
Also,
ship.
I
There's
need a
actually
cleric.
only about 8 essential crew.
I need a really high-level cleric when this
You
is
guys
all over.
technically aren't essential crew.
Gunners
I
and
was
kobolds
never
first.
essential crew.
Said gunners and kobolds first.
That's good. Anyway, all right. So they send that out, and you have no idea if it's going to work because you can't get messages back.
Right. In the meantime, Space Buddy and Dorf, who is not my friend, we need to go up to the front now.
Okay. You can just call me Thorn.
Thorn?
Thorin.
Thorin, okay. Thorin in space fighting. We're gonna go to the front now.
Thorin in space.
Thorin in space.
We're gonna Thor through the air.
Alright, so I'm gonna pop back over to the escape pods with teleportation.
Okay. You go.
Alright, I'm gonna be like, I've had an idea. Can we land the ship? These little escape pods, can we land them?
I've been staring at them for the whole time.
Oh yeah, no, you're well aware. You've
Okay.
got experience with machines because you are a gun person,
I'm in the pilot seat of one of them.
and you have been advanced. You do know that you can land these. It's not pretty. It's not comfortable, and usually like it's
And you're
not going
not
to be your
dead.
favorite. And getting back off when you do is kind of rough. They're not necessarily an effective method of transport, but they can work. They can do it, even if they're your last possible choice.
Worf. I'll just call him Worf for now.
I love that guy.
Says the ship should survive the attack.
I see.
I don't know what attack you're talking about, buddy, but
As in, like, the ship should survive. Forget.
well, fine. If you want to go run away, then go run away. I'll just go by myself.
So I'm in the escape
Thorin, are
pod.
you coming with me?
So out of 30
What?
people,
Are you
the
coming with
non-essentials
me?
include
To the front?
Yeah.
20,
Yeah.
Okay, good.
and we only have
Space
room
Buddy
for
doesn't want
16.
to.
Yep.
That leaves 6.
Yeah.
So,
You do have a couple, gunners and vague ship dudes. They're crewmen. They do a lot of things. Show up. There's not all
Are any of them wearing red
You end
shirts?
up with about 14 people showing up.
right, so we can fit them in.
Alright.
I don't bother to go in. The ship should survive the attack.
Ironically, that fits perfectly. I didn't think about that.
Alright, so
I
we,
just did the mental math and rolled the die.
we fit everybody in.
Except for the people staying, right?
Yeah, no, everyone who's staying can't fit in the escape pods, but the escape pods are full. You guys have about
Who's staying?
a
Who's staying
minute.
and who's going?
I'm staying here. The ship
Well,
should
actually, no.
survive the attack.
You guys have 6 minutes left till impact, and you guys are going to where? The front?
Oh, they haven't got to us yet.
Yeah, they haven't gone.
Oh, okay.
She's staying in the thrusters, apparently.
But there's
Okay.
No, I've been running around with you guys.
So do we
Oh,
have?
so you went with them to the front.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
That's a moment of miscommunication. I'm glad we cleared that up. You guys head to the front, and it takes you about 3 minutes. So 3 minutes are left. Did you guys launch the escape pods in that time?
No, we're gonna wait until we can essentially.
Until you have to, I
Yeah.
I'm
suppose.
gonna fill my escape pod and I'm gonna jettison.
Well,
We can leave the other one in case other people show up.
Oh, so we fill
They
eight non-essentials
Yeah.
and then launch that one.
Yeah.
And so then we fill the other one and wait on the second
you
one.
pilot the other one. I'll pilot this one.
Okay.
a
So
far
you're
in
just
journey.
What?
A far
Where do
in
you
journey
want
to
to jump to?
reunite.
I want to jump to the planet.
You have no idea where you're going to be launching to, and you have no data on this.
Right.
You knew vaguely that you were kind of over where your previous attempted establishing a foothold was. So there's a beacon around, but you have no idea where.
Okay.
And it would be really hard to
So,
find you.
so when you ask where I want to land,
So
the
you're jumping
answer
on
is
an
pretty
alien
simple.
planet.
I want to land.
Very little.
What?
Yes. You just want to land. All right.
If I don't know where
you
we're
should
gonna
come
land.
with us. Like, at least you can fly a little bit, right? So fly with the ship so we can find you.
What?
Can you steer the escape pod at all?
It's like a mini ship, you said, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mini ship. It's not going to be
Yeah.
very effective at steering, but they will be able to follow it.
Okay, so stay as close to the ship as it possible so we can find
You
you.
could
guys.
do that.
That's fair. That's fair. That's probably a good idea.
Take it.
They are actually.
Telepathically.
Remember, escape pods are also multi-use. They're also used for boarding. So they do have the ability to turn and stuff.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'll follow along with the ship, but we'll
see.
launch. So
Right.
we're not part of this
I'm gonna
mess.
not launch my escape pod yet, just so I could be a useful asset,
So
possibly.
you'd have
Oof. Shots fired.
All
right.
2 extra spots on yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically because there were 14. We had
14.
16 spaces.
No, but plus us 2.
Oh, that is perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said it
Oh,
was
so yours is
perfect.
full
already.
anyway.
Yeah. So there's 7 in, but I'm not gonna launch it just yet. It's just in case they need me as an asset.
So you launch and you're able to follow if you can roll higher than like a 10.
On what?
Once.
Steering.
And
Wait, do you have vehicle
are you
proficiency?
vehicle
Because that's a thing.
Because that would bonus you.
I'm not vehicle proficient, unfortunately.
Then give me sleight of hand.
Okay. 10.
Cool. You do it. And
Actually,
Now-
a pretty good bonus.
you manage to barely pilot your escape pod with the ship. But it means that, hey, I mean, you don't have to crash land it yourself. And you're also aware that, yeah, your ship's looking really bad.
You now see the extent
Now,
of the damage.
you guys reach the front,
Yeah.
and you're sitting with the escape pod.
I'm really glad
ready
I'm
to
sitting
go.
with the escape pod waiting to see if there's anything
Cool.
else before
So
we
3 minutes have passed. You guys get to the front, and the captain's still basically bleeding out. He's
forgot about it.
incredibly damaged.
Oh
And you guys have no idea how well or badly he's doing at first glance, but you do know that there are people who are attempting to pilot it, and they're getting slight more piloting back, but they haven't finished it all the way.
no. Okay, you can heal. Go help the captain.
Okay.
Space buddy, you come with me. We're gonna go this way. And I'm gonna go check with the people that are trying to pilot and see what I can do to help.
I'll touch him and make a infernal conduit with him
Okay.
if he's willing.
He is unconscious, and I'm not sure how will he respond to that.
I think I think he has to be willing if he's.
Well, he is a grumpy man. It's hard to say. Let me try to roll a persuasion.
I'm going to tap on your shoulder actually and pass you one of my greater potions of healing.
That could work too.
That's nice.
Hey Ben,
Yeah, I'm just reading the thing quick.
He's doing the read.
very important.
If the creature is unwilling, then it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, what does he have to beat?
He just has to be a 13.
Well, he didn't beat that.
So
He got a 12.
he gets 3 hit points of hit points.
He stabilizes, but he's not up.
Yep, that's all I was going for.
Okay, well, I will add in the greater potion of healing then.
All right.
Squish his face, tilt his head rock.
I see you're
Drink.
force feeding him. All right, greater potion of healing. What does that heal for again?
Probably a bit.
Actually.
A lot.
It's pretty good. Let me just look it up. Now, with piloting the ship,
Yeah.
but they're confused, they're figuring it out, they're checking energy, they're trying to figure things out. They vaguely got the ability to pilot, but it's not good enough. They're still hitting towards ground
Okay.
at a pretty hard angle.
Because this is not a good thing. What can I do to help them out?
You could try to assist with steering, you can try to assist with navigation, you can try to assist with getting them the steering to work, you know, the machinery. You can try that.
All right.
That
So
seems like something up your alley.
the machine is broken.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
sort of.
Let's fix that. That's
That's
another
close enough.
investigation and tinker tools.
Based on your previous experiences, you already know that it's probably an energy-related problem. I'm just gonna save you the time right now.
Okay, so guess that's a 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1.
Wow, okay, so 11.
No, 6. 6 and 4 is 10. 13.
Oh, yeah. The plus 3 plus 1, 14. Take that. Anyway, 14, that's not good enough to get all the power back, but they aren't going to immediately impact and die. So you probably reduce the damage by a bit.
Oh boy.
I went over to the people who were steering and gave them 1 point of assistance.
Oh, okay.
My D4 roll was really bad.
Well, right now you guys are sitting at a 15 to assisting the not crashing. If you know, I'll let you know if you get over 20, then you're not going to crash in a way that will significantly damage the ship.
I'm picturing it as you like standing behind their shoulder, being like, "Why don't you try that way?"
Those who are at the
You should
front
go up.
backseat driving. You do have time to assist as well, if you would like.
Okay, I shall assist. D4.
Yeah.
4.
So close.
19.
What about the captain? Is he up yet?
No, he's still unconscious because he has this nasty gash on him that potions don't heal. He's got an injury. It's going to take time.
Nah, instant healing.
So what are you at right now?
I guess I would try and reach out
18,
to
I think.
Senora and wherever he is at and be like, come help us!
18 or 19.
Do I have time to go there and back using teleportation?
Do you have the ability to teleport there?
I can teleport 35 feet as a cantrip.
It's a little more than 35 feet since you're towards the back, which I've established so far.
Right. So like,
It would be 2 teleports to the deck of the ship.
right. So do I have time to go there and back?
Cantrip 6 seconds? Yes. You have time to go there and back.
All right. So I'll go over there, help real quick.
Okay, you go over there, you're able to assist. Give me
What do you need?
your best assist roll for navigating something.
Navigation. I actually have proficiency in vehicles for
Yeah,
no
that would help.
reason.
For no reason.
So what do I
For
roll?
a good reason now.
What do I roll?
What's your best skill?
That'd be investigation or arcana.
Arcana then, because you're gonna help fix their steering issues. And you've got proficiency with vehicles, so add that to it.
Okay, so just like a d20 roll?
Oh yeah.
So that'd be 20. That's 24.
Not bad. So you do a really good job, because that's huge. You are able to steer it. The ship will not crash, and you will be able to choose a landing spot.
Oh, good.
I did have
Oh, no,
I can steer ships now.
You can. Proficiency with vehicles is really good in space stuff, where vehicles are everywhere.
Right.
So what I will let you guys do is, there are 3 good locations for hitting from your current directions that are nearby where the thing was and how much power you actually have left, because there's still a lot of weird leaks.
Right.
But the ship's still going down, but you're not actually going to hurt anybody. Ship's going to be fine on landing.
Thank goodness.
So what are the 3 locations? You said there were 3 choices?
Yeah. There's one that's this sort of more mountainous area, kind of by where the original distress call came from. There's vaguely a metal spire there that's barely visible now that you're close. That's probably where it came from. So around this metal spire, there's this sort of more mountainous region. Gets pretty tall. You can land in the mountains. There's a more lowland region. Looks a bit wet. Could land there. There's a more plains and open region, but it's also pretty dusty and barren. You can also land over there.
Right, so we're not in great shape, mates, so I don't think we should land where the stress call came from, in case there's anything bad over there. So I'm thinking more like those wetlands down there, the lowlands or whatnot.
The mud would pan our landing. I second this
I don't have to say in it. So
Oh yeah, you're not here.
Yeah, he's following the ship down.
Anybody else have anything to say about that?
I mean, we came here, the planet was under attack, so maybe the spire is kind of a place we should go.
Yeah, it's just, it's hard to figure out where to land at it
it's in the
directly.
mountainous region, is what he said.
And that's where the stress call came from, and we're not in great
It's in this
shape.
really craggy spot. That's where the stress call came from. There's a place nearby in each direction, and
Can't
that's
exactly
kind of
help.
this is kind of like the 3 spots you might land to go to it. But you don't want to land on it because it's a giant metal spike,
That's fair. Whatever's closest to it, then.
and there's
Yeah.
large rocks too, and there's not really good flat spot.
I don't think we can help
Shamrocks at
them
the
if we can't help ourselves.
Most likely.
True.
Bring it on.
I say we land in a safe zone and regroup and figure out from there.
All right. Whatever is the safest.
So what
and
were the
closest.
2 safe spot options? It was
There were 3:
lowland,
mountains,
yeah,
desert, swamp.
but- okay.
Swamp.
I don't have to
What
say
are you
it.
doing, my swamp? 40 plus 4 is the potion of greater healing.
the swamp?
I say swamp.
Are you in the room,
Yeah, he's
In which room?
Thorn?
So yeah, it's 17 HP for the greater
They're
potion.
making a
healing.
decision right now, and they're wanting your input.
At the front of the ship.
Yep.
Are you
What
there?
were the 3 options?
Mountain.
mountain where the
The
distress call
desert?
came from, swamp, or a desert.
Well, the distress
Definitely
call
not the
came from-
desert.
The distress call came from a spire, but it's
In
the
the
spire in the
mountains.
In the
mountains.
mountain, yeah.
It's in the middle of these 3.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
3 are basically a triangle around this spire.
Oh, I thought the spire was in the mountains.
It's in the mountains, but the mountains are nearby.
Oh, okay.
So this is at the end of a mountain chain.
I mean,
There's a
I'm
swamp
personally.
near it, there's desert near it. It's kind of this intersection of points that's a good spot for things.
I think the mountains would be our best bet because the desert's gonna be too hot, the swamp is gonna be full of mosquitoes and all kinds of death bugs, and it's wet and it's gross. And the mountains are nice and high, and it's closest to this place, and there's a lot of coverage, like caves and things.
Also,
But
that's
landing
kind
a
of
ship
like
in mountains is
my-
kind of
Yeah,
hard.
landing
I'm a
is going to be
dwarf.
difficult.
But I don't have a say in this, so ignore what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's exactly what
We
I was
are
thinking.
crash landing.
We're
You
not
can try
crashing
to signal
anymore.
them
You
through
land
interpretive
fine.
ship
It's a
flying.
system.
Interpretive ship flying.
Remember, you tried the interpretive dance last campaign. You can totally try.
Can I guide at this point, can I guide my ship down to a different spot than where they end up?
You could.
It's not advisable.
That would be okay. However, you'd also be a little bit alone, and
Like, how far apart are these
He's got
places
7
we're
men.
talking?
they're a couple miles apart each.
Okay. That's
It
not
would,
bad.
it would take a while, and, you know, just think about it.
I vote for the mountains.
I'm down for
I
mountains.
just was curious in the off chance.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's fine.
We are no longer crashing, correct? We're just going to
You're not
normally
crashing,
land.
you're landing, because you guys rolled
With
really
style.
well.
All right.
right, mate.
I'm open to mountains then.
I just don't think
Yes,
the mountains
you
are a
could've
great
all died.
idea because that's
That
what
was totally
you
possible.
guys said. A distress call came from that. Generally speaking, when people send distress calls, they're in danger, and so
last time-
landing on a mountain is not difficult already, and it might be dangerous, which I don't appreciate.
So again, the spire is not.
You can make the landing on the mountain. You've made the landing. You can roll any score. There's no more dangerous landing spot, even though the swamp would be really hard to land at. It is sneakier.
No.
You know, the mountains are sneaky, swamp sneaky. They're all sneaky in their own way. The idea is, where do you guys want to have to spend time? Because you're going to have to fix your ship a bit.
Yeah, you're
The-
going about the mountain.
In the distress call is in between the three. It's like at the
So
center
the
of
distress
the
call's actually at the spire.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then the mountains should be fine then. If we can just land there.
And so we land there.
Okay.
tree.
Mountains.
Yay.
Okay, the Google Translate thing is not as funny as I was hoping, and it's too time consuming. So it's worn off. I'm back to normal now.
Fair enough.
I'm not your space friend.
All right.
Let's put her down,
So you
boys.
begin to descend onto this mountain, and you begin to notice that it's not snow. It's ash.
Oh boy.
Great.
This pure white ash, actually, that's really weird. Just raining from the sky. And yeah, you make a landing.
Oh, this is Pseudopolis,
No.
isn't it?
No, this is Mount Pyre.
Dang it.
This is the summit.
It is the summit of
It's a
Mount Pyre.
remix of it.
It's like I recognize this, and I knew it had to do with the ash and everything. But yeah, that's right. It would be Mount
I
Pyre.
feel
Moving
like.
on.
Okay.
So we have
Get wrecked.
landed, I
I
think.
don't know. I have nothing else to say. Yeah, you guys land.
Right.
Ship's fine. You can land with them if you want.
My ship will land with them, but off to the side a little bit because we're cool like that.
All right.
You're part
When
of
you
your
go, this
own
is like,
club
yeah.
now.
I've created my own crew.
All right, now that we've landed,
They're
I'm
gonna
going to
sit in the gun turrets and do whatever they want. So they're basically their own crew.
speak out a cleric. One for the captain and two for his jellyfish buddy.
Captain's fine.
Well, you said he has this gash that potions could not
He's
heal.
injured. He's not gonna die.
Yeah, he's got out.
He's gonna get better. He's just not awake now. Just because you don't wake up immediately doesn't mean you're dead.
All right, fine. Well, he's going to find a cleric for his jellyfish buddy.
Okay. Would you like to pursue that personally?
Yes.
All right.
It's kind of a personal matter.
All right. You do know that you have a maybe not a cleric per se, but you do know that you had a person that was managing the bioweapons of the ship, like the goblins on it, and doing stuff with that. And they have a lot of the equipment to deal with something that has weird alien biology that the cleric doesn't understand and doesn't really want to touch.
Can he revive, though?
She and they have no idea.
And also, you have
He
an
is revived.
alien biology expert in me that I can put it in a bottle for you.
The jellyfish?
I don't want to just
Oh,
put a bottle
I thought we were
of
talking about the
Jellyfish is
captain.
very-
Yes, technically I am, isn't it?
It's in 2 pieces.
Who cares about the jellyfish?
Uh,
It's just a jellyfish.
An extra dimensional nightmare jellyfish. But yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, Yeah, you can totally go through the ship. And surprisingly, this part of the ship isn't touched.
That's good.
It's undamaged, and you can knock on their door or open it if you want.
Oh,
All right.
Well, hi there.
It takes a moment. And eventually, somebody hits a switch and the door opens. In this room, this is a weird room. I'm surprised nobody went here before. Anyway, you see all sorts of tubes and kind of jars and things full of liquids, and they're just bubbly and gross like an alchemist lab. And there's all sorts of little parts and growing things, and this is a lot like the mad scientist laboratory from the last campaign. Anyway,
Sounds like my kind of person.
yeah, probably. There's all sorts of little things in tubes. There's actually some of the goblins that have been massively injured that are just in sort of jars. These massive 10-foot kind of things that are just sort of like floating.
Jaws.
And they have all these like tubes connected to their masks and stuff, and they're just sort of like
Tell me
floating
more.
aimlessly. And across from the room, you basically see they're wearing this sort of kind of really casual kind of jacket. It's really long and white. And it looks kind of like just a regular jacket, but it's also really beaten up. And they're just sort of writing notes down and like looking at things in jars.
All right. Well, Artie will approach and timidly hold out the splattered remains of his little jellyfish buddy, and with tears in his eyes and that Puss in Boots face from Shrek 2, just be like,
can you help me?
It takes like 5 minutes. But yeah, eventually they do turn, kind of look, and they just kind of look back for a moment. They don't do anything for a moment, then they're just like, they kind of walk over to one of their vague containers and kind of open it. It is kind of dry, there's nothing in it yet. And they kind of motion to you. They don't say anything though.
I will walk over.
Okay. You walk over.
I'll put the remains in the jar very, very carefully.
Cool. They close it.
It's a trash can.
They lock it. And they jettison it. Just kidding. No.
And it's an incinerator.
And then it begins to fill with the same liquid.
Okay. How long?
They just...
He just speaks like,
They just
oh no, I
freeze.
was just preserving its remains in formaldehyde for
It's
you.
actually quite hard to tell, but they do have long blonde hair. And while they don't show any expression, they're probably a she, probably. Probably. And they don't really say anything, and then they just shrug.
Couple days maybe, come back and check. Couple hours.
They kind of like bring out like a little, almost a syringe-like thing, and they kind of grab your hand and start to like suction off juices and stuff of your little jellyfish friend.
Okay.
And then they just shrug again and they start to like put it on the slides and stuff. You can tell they're trying to like figure out what on earth they're looking at. But yeah, they don't say anything else.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll come back in a day. I'll check on him.
Thumbs up.
Okay. That was all I
You can also tell this person probably hasn't even noticed the ship had trouble.
oh goodness.
all right. I'll let you be. Thank you.
And I'll leave.
Okay. And you leave.
This person walks out of the ship and he's like, whoa!
Walks out of the room.
Hasn't done that yet. Door closes.
Oh my god, I can just imagine if they do walk out and they see half the ship is gone, they just stand there. They'll just turn around and go back in. The door will close.
The room is better. Anyway. Yeah, so that's your business. Now what do you guys want to do? Do you want to head to the distress call location? Or do you want to try fixing the ship? What do you guys want to do?
Probably take a head
Or do you want to try contacting the rest of your fleet?
Yeah.
Who's
that's
orbiting
right, we have a
the planet? Vaguely.
Yeah, I think Artie will stay behind and use his expertise with the mechanics and things to try and do what he can to repair.
Alright.
I'm gonna. Can I see if I can upgrade the ship that I took, the little one?
The escape pod?
Yes.
Can we make it
With
into
what?
a fighter ship?
What are you going to try to upgrade it with?
I'm gonna try and make it a stealth ship.
You're trying to make it more quiet.
More
This is difficult as heck.
Yeah.
Without any sort of tools or anything.
Yeah,
This would be a very difficult thing to
Do
do.
we even have stealth tech?
I have
Ships
explosives.
stealth a lot, but the problem is
I have explosives I picked up.
it's
don't think
hard
that's
to
stealth
stealth.
tech.
Stealthing is
Yeah.
expensive.
So when I say
And stealth isn't perfect. So trying
what
to
are
make
there
it
what
better.
what is are there any landmarks or any features around where we landed?
Oh yeah, you guys are landed in this pretty nice little sort of flat and sort of almost a valley. The flat's out a little nicer than some, but sort of north of you, these mountains just get bigger and bigger. It's like you've landed near Everest or something.
Okay.
They just get taller and taller into the distance and you don't see the end. And that's kind of your north. And south is this metal spire that's your landmark. It's pretty big. It's almost 1,000 feet tall. So it's actually quite tall, but it's very thin for that height. And there's all sorts of rocks there, and it kind of goes downhill a bit to get there.
Okay.
There's also this desert to the southeast, and that's just this expanse of white.
So is this and the ash is white too in the mountains that we're in, and is it all covered in ash or is it just the tops?
Mostly the tops, but it's also like the farther down you go, the less ash you get.
What about where the spire is at? Is the spire in the
It still
ashy
gets
part?
a little ash, but not as much.
So it's lower down.
Yeah.
I hope that the desert is a desert of ash, like from Darksiders. That'd be fun.
We'll see.
Because I'm trying to think of how I can disguise this ship. Because the intent I have is I want to go
Right.
explore,
Yeah, but you want to keep the ship safe.
but I want it
just in
to. I
case.
don't want it to be.
Just like
Well, I don't want to be super conspicuous when I go see what's going on with the distress call, while we're repairing the ship or whatever.
Well,
we're
you
doing.
could try to paint it white or something. It's already pretty white.
Okay.
Most of the ships.
But you said it's not as. Well,
it would
let's-
actually be really well camouflaged, basically.
what about the sky? What's the sky color that we're dealing with?
It's this faded out, almost
think-
whitish blue.
I think more often people would be looking top down for us, right? In ship.
Well, it says the.
Because
the
our enemies are in
distress
ships,
call.
right?
A lot of the ground is white or red when you're at. It's this faded pinkish red.
I'd paint the top white and red, and I'd paint the bottom sky color. So it's
In a
like
lot of ways, you have good colors for this because most of the colors of the ships you're on are white
okay.
with red
So
highlight.
I will attempt to
They're
paint.
bright red, but they're a little.
I'll attempt to at least visually paint the top of the ship like what the ground would look like, and the
You
bottom
can
of the
try
ship.
to do that, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you can try to do that. You can try to do that. What do you want to do?
That's a good
Little boy?
question. I'm pretty lost in all of this.
Because also it's sunny outside, right?
Oh yeah.
Because I don't go out in the
Probably.
sun, so
You can't really see the sun, but it's dead.
I don't like daytime.
So, would I know how to contact the rest of the fleet?
you prefer the vents.
You have no idea because you weren't with them originally.
Right. So,
You can ask somebody.
alright, I'll just ask around. Like, my mates, anybody know how to contact the fleet?
Yeah, they have a communication system on their ship that would let them contact the fleet now that they're getting it back online.
Alright, I'll head over there.
Okay.
And see if when they get back online, I'll just communicate.
Okay. So you go to do that. What do you guys want to do?
So, what's everyone else doing right now? Is they?
Communications,
Oh yeah, the
fixing ship,
Yeah.
hiding ship.
You're making a stealth ship.
I'm limping off to the medical bay because I still only have 8 HP. And when they ask me what happened, I don't tell them.
Okay.
I don't say anything.
Well, of course, they're clearly in
So
peril.
I'm
Anyway.
in the medical bay resting and hopefully getting some extra HP because I'm with medics. And I can be repaired.
Okay. I will make a roll for their healing abilities.
Yeah.
I'm going to
So
consider them
that's
as
what
good
we're
as a
all-
greater
That's
potion
what
of
we're all
healing.
doing.
They heal you for 14 HP.
Nice. All right.
I think in general, us five should go over to the spire to see what's going on and have the rest of the people help repair the ship. But at the moment, figure out what sort of thing is going on at the spire, if anyone, how I would find that out.
Alright, so you're going to prepare to go to the spire.
Yeah.
How do you think you're going to do that? You're going to get people pumped up? You're going to equip people? What are you going to do?
I want to figure out how to get more information about that from here. If there
Try
is
like observing it. You have tools and stuff to like vaguely telescope it.
Yeah.
You can do stuff like that, and also I don't investigation check or perception,
Yeah.
because that's what you're going to be doing.
Ben, I don't know if you heard, but I'm doing the escape pod. I'm trying to make it so it's stealthy, so I can go explore it. Anyway,
Yeah.
So you roll as well. You're going to roll
what am I rolling?
performance because it's vaguely painting,
Or survival, maybe? Oh no, performance.
but you can do survival. It's painting. There's not really
or stealth.
Camouflage.
sure stealth. Just roll,
Because I have a
man.
+8 on stealth. That was my plan all along.
Let you roll your darn stealth.
Good, because it's a 16 with a +8.
So you managed to make it look dirtier and more like the junk around it.
We now have a stealth shuttle.
You have a really ugly escape pod that sort of blends in and people forget about.
Nice.
All right.
You splash
like me.
some ash on
Okay,
there.
I rolled 17 on
Cool.
perception.
You're able to tell that there are vague parts of, stuff that's around, little setups, little portions. It's not super obvious. It looks like they tried to build mostly in the rocks, keep it low key. But you do manage to eventually notice where they probably landed their ship. They managed to disguise it pretty well.
Okay.
So that's the what would have been the ship of the people who's established.
So does it look like it's been there for a while?
Yeah, a little bit. There's
Since
actually
they-
a lot of ash on it too, which is pretty good
Interesting.
because this far away, like there's a lot less ash, but it's still enough. Now, okay, you want to help.
Yes.
You had your Tinker's Tools bonus because I basically let that be repair tools,
Yes.
and I don't know. Roll sleight of hand or roll something you're good at. I don't know what you use to repair a spaceship with stats.
Well, it's definitely not Arcana. It's not history.
Well, you could try Arcana, but how you roll will determine what you assist with. So you pick your skill, and I will tell you what you do better.
History is still one of my highest of all the skills.
So roll history or
That
something.
is a history check for you.
Alright, we will do 16?
Cool. You do a really good job. You managed to remember how the ship looked, how a lot of the schematics work, and you were able to get some of the things repaired that needed to be done. Just general around health points to the ship, which I've been keeping track. So that won't be important for anyone else but me. But
Yay.
your ship is looking a little better.
Oh, that's good.
It was looking bad. Now it's looking a little less worse.
Yay.
And now you do your little message.
Right.
What do you want to do? Who do you want to talk to? There are many ships. They've kind of told you who's who. There's the battleship itself, which is generally the core of the fleet and the general commanding the current fleet.
Right.
There's also Tinkati and her cruiser. You can try to talk to her directly. She's technically the benefactor of this group. Which one is probably the wisest, do you think?
You've never met Tickety, have you?
Not met either of them, I don't think.
Imagine Princess Zelda.
Okay. And then
What in space?
I think I'll talk to the general then.
Okay. All right. You talk to you try to send a message to the battleship. It gets routed through about 7 people, and eventually it does reach the general, who's like, "The Voyager Ray, you were down on the planet. Location." Do you give him the location?
Yeah, I'll give him the
Okay.
location.
You give him the location. All right. He's like, status.
We were down, but we've managed to land the ship without serious damage. We're doing repairs and reconnaissance on a spire that had the what's it called? The
SOS?
The SOS signal. Yeah, the distress signal.
Okay. How is he going to respond? Let's roll a die. That's a good die. All right. So he goes. He takes a moment. There's muttering. There's a lot of muttering. Not just his. There's sounds like they're planning things. I was like, have you investigated the spider? The spider. Do you know what's wrong?
Not quite. I believe someone went out on a small scouting party real quick, but we should be investigating further within a short time period.
Right. He's like, hold tight, be careful. We're going to be establishing a ground zero near where you've landed.
Understood.
Alright, so there's gonna be a base.
You have to say over and out or he wants to get off.
Over and out.
He didn't say Roger. Hangs up angrily. Anyway, yeah. So that's how your message goes.
So wait, are they still like engaged in space in the battle?
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
The battle-
You guys technically won the battle.
We won, and
The,
then there was like a
space
Cthulhu
pirates
horror.
fled for their lives, and a giant space Cthulhu came and blocked them from being pursued.
All right, sounds good to me.
Yeah, interesting.
And that's what knocked us down to the planet.
Right.
That Space Force.
They got very close to Space Cthulhu.
So I'm gonna check in with him, who's like investigating the spine at least.
Cool.
A little bit.
All right, you're preparing to. You've investigated the spiral light. You know what's going on, and people are starting to gather. Do you want to take anybody with you besides some of the immediate people who are coming over to assist? Warforged, you've been healed as much as you're going to be, unless you want to stay there and take a long rest.
I am fully healed now, and
So currently there's the
all my side points back as far as I know. So,
You are very clearly doing this, so if people wanted to join him, he's making it available.
yeah, and there's the 5 of us going, right? So, I guess you're out of the
You
way.
finished your thing.
Okay, well, I was going to take my ship over there, so
You wanted to take it over there?
that's the
All
whole
right.
point. That was why I was
All right, so
discussing.
if we can fit
So
8
there's the
people.
5 of us. We have 8 people that we can take.
Yeah, you could take this. It
We
would
can
be
take
much
3
faster with
other
the
people.
escape pod, and you could probably take it back really well. But it would require piloting checks because you're not actually.
I'm
You
good at
would
that.
have to do it, and it would probably be pretty easy.
Also,
with him.
I'm pretty good at that stuff. I got tinker tools and stuff.
Those are more for repairs and fixing
Good at piloting.
But he's good at actually driving it. I drove it down. I landed it over here. Well,
Okay.
you rolled well.
So we can get
Piloted the big ship over here.
That's true.
we can get 3 people. We may want to leave an open space in case we
This
want
ship
to
can
bring
fit 8
somebody
people.
back.
Right, so we've got the 5 of us, and then we
Yeah.
can choose 3 crew members.
Yeah.
But we should leave it open so that if there are people over there, we can bring
Yeah.
back.
So we could bring 1 person back or 3
Or we
people.
should just leave
I-
the 3 open. We should just go.
Although I do think we should get that one
Marty,
guy,
you finished fixing the part
that
of the ship.
one
How
guard
long
guy
did
that
that
we
take?
first met.
Not very
Yeah.
long. But it
He
seems
seems
like
pretty
you'll need
solid.
actual material.
I think
to
he's
fix
too
more.
tall for us.
Do we have any weapon
he's okay.
specialists? Do we have any specialists at all that would be useful for whatever we're going to do with the spire?
There's there was
Mostly
that
figured
one
out
guard
why on
guy.
earth they sent distress calls because there wasn't supposed to be one.
we want to bring the Starforged, the Astral Forged with us.
Remember, he is technically in space.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he was one of the.
They were in space before you were knocked
Oh,
out of space.
right.
They were boarding.
Oh, that's true.
He is technically, you can tell that they have probably regrouped with other ships in orbit to land because while you can land an escape pod onto the planet, it can go bad.
All right, so what
You can die.
what specialists do we still have with us?
It's not that guy because he's
You have
not here.
gunners, a few.
We can bring that cleric.
You have cleric. If you
The
wait
weird
for the
cleric?
captain to wake up, which might take an hour or two.
I think we leave the captain to
I mean,
deal
he's
with his own
actually a
ship.
really
Yeah.
good combatant, but whatever.
No, but he should direct stuff with the ship.
Yeah, he should deal with
This
his
is
own
true.
ship.
All right.
I
so
say we
guys-
just go with the group
Yeah,
that's willing
just
to go.
Artie's
Yeah,
gonna
just
stay behind
three-
with the captain
three
and wait
spots.
for him to wake up.
4
Really?
spots.
You don't want to go do the thing. The captain's sitting there being tended to with everybody else. Nothing's happening. It's really boring. You just want to sit there.
Yeah, alright, I guess I'll go.
You're at the back seat.
I'm just trying to like help out where I can, but if everything is cool with the ship, then I guess I'll go with it.
All right, do we have an armory?
Yeah.
What can we bring with us?
Most of the army, well, aside from a small, rather independently provided amount of solid sticks, or crowbars, as they might be called by humans, there's also cutlasses of certain varieties, basically short swords, consider them like that. And there's also some gun weapons. Are you good with those? You have martial weapon proficiency.
Right. Am I good with those? I wouldn't know actually.
I'll take a gun.
Okay.
Pew pew.
All right. Let me roll for gun.
We're done.
And
Roll for gun. That was super effective.
where you at, Grease Monkey?
You know, I think it would be better if I just. Do we have any explosives?
I have explosives.
I think that might be useful with what powers I have.
All right. How many explosives do you have?
I just picked up those explosives from that one dude that was setting them on the ship.
Oh yeah. He has one bomb that's like an effective actual,
It was gonna take down the ship,
or at the very least going to hurt the ship very much.
It's gonna cripple
and
me.
I stole it from the guy I shot through the head.
Nice.
He headshot him from behind
Nice.
And
when
you
he wasn't paying
harvested
any
all of his
attention.
organs.
And then I harvested his organs into a jar.
Oh.
Through
Lovely.
his armor. It was a very exciting experience.
Lovely.
He did like the Egyptian
Ben
method with
life.
the tool up the nose to get the brains out. Only it
Things got really dicey in the vents, okay?
That wasn't in the vents. That was just in the ship. That was when you came out of the vents. I changed Goebel.
That's what I'm saying. I came out of the vents and it was dark times,
I
Harry.
can just like see you just jumping out of the vents with
So
your
you
little
have
straight out of
fingers
vents.
straight open, just be
I
like,
think I could put those to some use.
I'm happy to provide you with the explosives.
All right.
Right.
Do you have anything I can put in a jar? I'll trade it to you.
What do I even have?
If you have something that's jarable, that's
You
preferable.
can have a whole bunch of nonsense. I mean, just anything you could justifiably have that I'm not going to say no to, which is most things.
Right.
probably.
I'm only going to say no to things that are cool.
I've got.
So if you pick something stupid, you're going to have it.
Alright, I've got like $200 in money from my planet.
I don't need that.
He likes organic things.
They're crystals.
Oh, crystals.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, what color? Are they shiny?
They vary from red, like a fluorescent blue, and clear, mostly.
Okay, give me a shiny crystal.
Alright, I'll give you a shiny crystal.
Okay, we're good.
Like
And
a,
he immediately puts it in a jar of
Yes.
formaldehyde.
All right, adventuring equipment then.
Shiny crystal in a
they're
jar.
called shards.
Let's give you a weapon. Now, what you're good with martial weapons, right?
Yes.
Okay. You have your choice of a lot of things. What are you looking for? Name a type of gun you want. It can be weird. Have you considered the flamethrower?
Have you considered the
It's an
flamethrower?
option. Have you
Perhaps a
considered the
sniping
machine gun? Have you considered a pistol?
Wait, mate, if you don't take
A
the
sniper
flamethrower, I'll
rifle.
just take one of the gas canisters. And
Technically,
have fun
this
with
ship is really well stocked.
I'll just take a pistol.
Okay.
that. Can I take the gas canisters off the flamethrower?
Would you like a compact pistol or a revolver?
Revolver
Style
is more
thing.
powerful but has less ammunition, and it's a lot rarer to find the ammunition.
Also
know
takes a bit longer to reload.
The compact does, or the
The revolver.
The revolver's like a heavy pistol.
It's like a hand cannon from Destiny.
I'll just get the compact.
You know, it's the idea of the difference of like, you know, you have the handguns nowadays that are just like, and then you have the actual revolver just like, ping, they're dead. But then you have like 6 shots and you do that 6 times and you're just like, oh shoot, I have to put one in each. And the other one's just like, oh look, click.
Yeah. I'll just get the compact.
Alright, the compact is pretty effective. It does 1d4 damage. It's
Sweet.
light.
What
You can
explosives?
technically use 2 and dual with them
Bomb of
if
some
you
sort.
wanted to.
A really powerful
They
bomb.
take 1 turn to reload. They can be concealed, so it means they can
Like
be stealth
ship
check and
crippling
there's
bomb.
no
Okay.
issues with hiding them ever. And they have a range of 30 to 80.
Oof.
So they're pretty good, even though they don't do too much damage. They're pretty good. So now you're not going to have to charge down a hallway at people with automatic heavy machine guns, which was funny last time.
Yeah.
It was a funny session. I can't believe his own gun killed half his team.
Okay.
One of the space pirates had a moment. Anyway,
Can I take the like napalm canisters off the flamethrower or whatnot, whatever's in there?
you can.
Alright, I want those.
You can take a napalm canister. Yeah, it will explode for an amount of damage depending on how well you manage to turn it into a grenade. We'll see when we roll.
Alright. I've got a couple
So you have
bombs.
3 of those. You have 3 of those.
Nice.
And I will.
You're not allowed to take more because people are like, these are special.
This weird guy teleports on our ship and grabs a bunch of bombs.
Yeah, there's a goblin that slaps you when you're trying to take a 4th. There's a little, like, hissy breathing noise, and he's like, no! No! Slap. He's everywhere at once. This is his domain.
You hear him scuttling around amongst the items in the armor.
He's climbing the walls.
These are his vents.
What were you saying?
It's not a vent, it's a room.
So
He says that to you, by the way. It's not a vent. It's a room.
So I'll go off to the medical bay really quick and pester them for some good healies.
Cool. I mean, you already did, but you can pester them for some regular potions.
Give me more steroids.
You get 2 regular potions. They're saving the rest for their crew and the fact that they're probably gonna need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just upgraded
Does
stim
the
pack.
armory have any bolts for light crossbow?
They do.
I will stock up on some of those. Any fancy ones that can do like extra damage or
Not
fancy
entirely.
effects?
This isn't necessarily like the. They didn't equip you with like the highest quality rounds in the universe. They gave you pretty good ones. They didn't expect you to use those.
Alright, last things.
That
Can I
said,
get
they refuel to whatever amount of crossbow bolts you had originally.
So I just get. I was gonna get a couple.
The goblin is fierce in his rationing.
Fine, I'll just take the one.
last thing? Can I
one
find some
to grab a
binoculars?
few extra bits.
Yeah, they give you some.
Nice.
When you use binoculars, you are technically blind to anything too close to you and outside of your immediate vision. So just warning about that.
Right.
But it does give you vision for about 200 feet. And you can see things at that range, and it's pretty good.
Okay, since everyone else has got stuff, can I have something?
Sure. What do you want from the armory?
The armory goblin glares at you though.
Do they have really cool sunglasses?
I wear my
Like future sunglasses, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like cool goggles
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have goggles.
Targeting goggles.
The goblin's actually sort of snickered. You're clearly the unblessed. You don't have a crazy awesome Iron Man helmet that's built into your flesh and lets you see like everything.
That's true, I don't.
And it mocks you for a bit, but eventually does provide you with essentially binoculars.
But I didn't want binoculars.
Yeah, but they look cool.
No, but
They're like goggly style.
I want.
It gives you cool goggles that tell you details. They're not too great, but they're there, and they're mostly physical.
I don't need it to tell me details, I just didn't want the sun in my face.
Oh,
He wants actual sunglasses.
yeah. They have a
Literally
little
just
shade
sunglasses.
function.
Okay,
They
that's all I
literally
needed.
have a dark shade slide so that you can
Okay.
like adjust the darkness.
Write it down, cool
They're
shades.
super thin.
It's like a little wheel on the sides.
Yeah, actually, because remember that when you go through hyperspace, a lot of electronics go wrong and data gets messed up, and sometimes it tells you the wrong thing. And so they can't rely on that. They have to do it as physical as possible.
No, the only reason I ask is because I'm daylight sensitive, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't probably
Like if you
even go
want,
out.
and
in the
this
sun.
would remove your daylight sensitivity as long as you are wearing them,
Okay. Cool.
and they're not damaged. This can happen, but only if you get shot in the face.
Okay. Guys, I'm gonna try and avoid getting shot in the face.
Me too.
Okay.
Same.
Glad we have the same game
I'm
plan.
glad that we've established this.
Right, time to go.
You don't want a
explore.
weapon, Kobold friend.
No, I don't.
You already have a gun.
I have a better gun.
Do you want a knife?
I have a very large gun. What?
All right, fine.
I already have a knife.
No knives for you.
A
I already
bayonet.
have a
though.
knife.
The goblin shoots you out. You disrespected his knife.
Got a knife.
Could have made it a bayonet.
He does. It's not a knife. He's actually carrying what is essentially
That would be really
a large greatsword, and he's like, "This is a knife."
It's probably bigger than I am, so I
It's
think
bigger
we're
than
okay.
you are. It's bigger than he is. It's bigger than actually most of your party.
Except me.
It's an exceptionally large sword. It's
I
about
had an
his
option
height.
to do a bayonet on my sniper
It's a
rifle,
si-
but
it's like
instead
a
I
6
opted
foot
for a
plus
silencer.
sword
So
that this little like 3-foot
Silencer
goblin
and
is
then a
carrying.
bayonet at the end of that.
It's like 3 or 4 feet.
add more to it as it goes.
And he's just like,
ridiculously
"This is a
long."
knife."
Before you know it, it's like 10 feet long. Oh my god.
So that's that meme out of the way. Yeah, you guys ready to go?
Yes, I think so.
All right.
We're good.
Now the real question is the kobold going to let the portal man fly?
Yeah, he can drive.
Oh, all right. I was hoping that you guys would fight. Anyway,
No. I'm not a crazy
make a
person.
roll for flying a small thing.
This is actually a very civil discourse.
I'm surprised.
Please come in. Oh,
that'd be
thank
a 25
Would you
this
like
time.
to fly?
Not bad.
Of
You do
course
really
I
well,
would.
and you managed to be directed wherever you wish to reach. You
Alright.
can enter any area that he has discovered, because he's the one that knows where you're going.
All right, where are we going?
So wherever you would like to land, he can take you to. Any of the parts I mentioned.
The real question is, how fast can this make the Kessel run? That's what we need to know.
This can't make the Kessel. It does not have hyperspace capability.
Not even in 1,000 parsecs.
We just need to add like a larger rocket on the back.
The ship can't go
Later. That's where
We're gonna make this the best ship. Anyway.
I'd save your time for something better.
The good ship. Lolly.
There's much better ships in your
by the way,
fleet. You could
hey,
probably ask.
So when I was painting it, when I was camouflaging it and painting it earlier, it definitely on the side says Dave ship.
Okay, now you have Dave ship.
Okay,
It's
thank
a
you.
piece of junk.
That's what we
All
were.
right.
I was
Dave ship.
opting for originally naming
We
the
should
original ship.
eventually modify it to be like a fighter or something like that.
Maybe.
Or a shuttlecraft.
Your fleet has hundreds of fighters.
If I have the
Probably
schematics,
No, Dave ship is
It was an
designed for
skateboard
running
originally, it could be better.
if I have the schematics, I can
not
help
going to
build
be
the
better.
It's
middle.
designed for running away. That's the point.
Your ship will go down with the first major thing. It's actually not designed for fleeing alone. It's also designed for boarding.
Oh.
But it's not designed for space combat, and it's definitely not designed to take much more than like incredible ordnance once.
We'll just have to give it stealth tech and extreme speed.
Yeah, it'll
I'm
work.
sure that'll work.
It'll work.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you guys, what do you want?
So, the spire, is that the ship?
No,
Okay.
that's just this huge spire they erected.
Yeah, they just landed at the base of
Essentially,
it,
the
right?
spire is the communication
Like the
device.
radio
Yeah,
tower
yeah.
for.
It's more of a radio tower. The
Yeah.
ship is nearby.
The ship is
There's a
nearby.
little
It's
outskirt
meant
place
to be.
for landing and stuff that they did build, but isn't full. There's like 5 or 6 places
Yeah,
around that are kind of vague stuff around there.
The ship is
The actual
the ship is meant to be hidden.
yeah.
So I don't think we should go by that. Let them think that we don't know about it.
But if they're sending the distress call, though, we should go find out what's going
Right,
on.
so what are we investigating first? The spire or their ship? Or do we split up and search for clues?
I'm not sure.
Well, I think the biggest clue here is the ship.
I'd say we should go to the spire and see what's up.
Well, the spire is a communicator.
Well, like, that's where people
It's
will be.
difficult to get directly into the spire, so you'll probably want to go to a place around it. These are all really close to the base of it.
Yeah.
You know,
I could swing by, drop them off, and go park.
you
Yeah. Because
could. It is a function these can do.
I'm assuming we want to, like, talk to the people who have sent the distress signal, right?
So let's check out the ship.
So
Maybe
I would
it's in the
think
ship.
I don't want to.
Well, as you guys fly by, you know, a lot of the ash is sort of cleared up. It's less of a blizzard of, you know, slightly hot white flakes of probably, you know, more dust than anything else.
Since it's meant to be hidden, it looks like they're trying to hide it. I don't want to let on that we know about it.
So we trust these guys.
You trust what, guys?
The guys who have.
Yeah, that's one of the
Do
reasons
we know who they are?
The people who sent
You knew that
They
you were
were
going
the
to-
advanced people from our fleet.
Yeah, they were to set it up for you.
They were
Okay,
supposed to
so,
set up the landing
They're
space.
one of the reasons you came at all is because they're like, yeah, we're here, things are
So they-
vaguely all right.
they hid their ship, and theoretically they're inside of the spire. That's what we're thinking?
That's the
Yeah.
theory.
Right. So I'll swing by, drop you guys off at the spire, go park the car. I mean, ship. And I'll meet you guys. Sound good?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do that.
Okay.
I hope you're going to warp to us.
Oh yeah, I could just teleport over to you guys after I park. After I park.
Can
I'm the best
But
valet
did they
ever.
really
Yes.
try to hide this
Insta
ship, or
valet.
has this ship
Insta
just
valet.
been there to the point where Ash is covering it like it's covering everything else?
What?
Are they really trying to hide their ship, or is the fact that the ship is just there and has accumulated dust over time?
Is that what I determined? That they were
It's hard to tell which.
okay.
Okay. Well,
Right.
it doesn't really matter.
It's a bit of both, probably.
We swing
But
by,
the
drop
The
them off.
spire's really big, right?
Oh yeah, the spider's really tall.
So like, it's not like
very
hiding the
thin.
ship is really giving them a
And it
lot
also
of.
tends to do this weird thing when you look at it. It kind of wiggles and hazes. It's kind of stealth.
Do we know if there's other life aside from
You haven't
that?
seen much. I mean, occasionally you notice little like plant-like things, but nothing else.
Yeah.
Vague tufts of what might be grass.
So we know there's no other like intelligent life aside from
Well, we
the people
have
on
no
the
idea.
spire.
You did say there was a crevice somewhere?
Yeah, kind of. There's a whole bunch of little pockets and crevices in the mountains and things going down, and they're in a sort of a few large ones that collect near the spire, and the spire seems to come out of one. And you guys kind of were in a valley, but it seems like other valleys go a bit deeper and stuff.
Guys, I don't like how open this place is.
It's really not that open, but whatever.
I really just need to find myself a good
Alright,
crevice.
so I've dropped them off and hopped back over there.
All right, you do. You managed to park it. How hidden do you want to be?
Fairly hidden, like, I
Alright.
can remember where we parked, but like...
Hopefully, hopefully you're there. Anyway.
Oh no.
Well, you do a lot of teleporting. Who knows? Now, you guys managed to be dropped off right by the ship until he gets there, which is going to be a minute or two. What do you guys want to do? There's sort of a small open clearing with the ship in it. On one side, there's sort of this large, kind of almost tunnel-like system and caves that go back in and kind of go towards the spire. There's a few smaller ones that kind of go away from it. There's like vague storage and things left around that people have been using and kind of hidden with little tarps or little like white, plates and stuff to disguise it from the sky.
I'm gonna do an investigation to try and see which one looks the most promising to go after.
That would probably be insight.
That would be insight.
Okay. Well, it's only a 8 anyway.
Okay.
I definitely want to go in the tunnels. That's like where I'm like home. That looks
Yeah. So you
Way better than out
already
here in
only
the
know
middle
that
of
the spires in, sort of the larger caves. You would like to go into.
the tunnel.
There's a lot of tunnels. Do you want to go to the
one that
spire
goes
or away?
the one that goes towards the spire, the
Cool.
big one.
It's a pretty large cave, but yeah.
Yeah.
Are we all going in there then?
I think so.
That's
At least
what-
I
that's
want to
the
go
direction- that's
towards
Do
the
you guys want to
spire.
do anything with the ship? Check it out. See if things are cool.
Not yet. I think we're
Yeah.
going towards the spark first and
Yeah.
checking out
Okay.
the ship afterward.
Yeah, the assumption is that they're in the spire.
Fair enough. All right. So you guys go towards the cave mouth, and
And I want to be clear. I also want to be stealthy about it.
Yeah.
okay.
I want to try
roll
and stealth that.
Everybody has to roll it though if it's
So
going
I've
to
caught
be
up with them
anything.
at this point?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
okay
show up
with
to
this.
them and like, hey guys, but yeah, you can roll stealth.
20.
I'm not stealthy.
9.
Mine's a 20.
Nat?
No.
Okay.
Oh, the one.
That was a
That's-
nat one?
That's not good. 5.
9.
22.
You're good. He's good. Everybody else is loud and clunky. There's ash everywhere. You're kicking it up.
We're bumping into things.
Can I either go ahead of them or
can.
behind them?
Because
I'm not with them.
you two can totally go kind of sneak around where they are. They make a good distraction.
I'm gonna
It
give them
could-
military signals like, huh, huh.
But yeah, they're clearly making noise and it echoes through the caves and things. There
Could be
are
good,
actually
'cause-
doors of a sort that have been placed. Some of them are shut thoroughly and others are open. One of them's really damaged. There are bullet markings, things that have been shot, but there's more than that. It's hard to tell.
It looks like there might be other life
Yeah, it
that's
looks like
tried to
there's-
attack him.
There's a scuffle here.
Could be.
That or it would be within the two. like within themselves.
In order to get further
infighting.
ahead, there are doors that need to be passed.
I'm gonna shush them while they talk to each other.
They've
'cause this is,
definitely
obviously not very
put a
stealthy.
lot of doors and locks and things to try and make the absolute base of the spire pretty defended.
But here, having 2 people stealthing, the others not, could be a good tactic because
You can sneak around.
because they know we're coming. So if anything goes bad, you can help us out since they may not know.
Can we
about you.
investigate the? Can I investigate the bullet holes?
Yeah,
I mean, having a fairly good knowledge of bullet.
sure, roll
things.
investigation.
Okay. I want to see if I know what could have caused it.
All right.
17.
Sure. All right. Yeah. This one came from a plasma rifle. It's a molten hole, just this sort of melted part of it. They're actually not uncommon.
Okay.
Looks like this hit through there. Some of those aren't bullet holes, though. Some of those are a bit odd for bullets. Maybe they're physical damage. One of the other doors that is open does show signs of being forced open by physical means, some sort of physical device.
So obviously their distress call wasn't made up. I guess, do we want to go down the branching doors or do we want to go deeper?
I say we follow where the attackers came in through.
That's a good idea. Do we kind of see a trail that they followed?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. It'll take you a bit around the edge, it seems. It seems like this door alone was very well defended. And most of the attackers follow this almost erratic pattern, sort of around.
I definitely
Around
think it
what?
was infighting.
Around what exactly?
I
Sort of
rolled
around
like
the
a
spire,
3 for
through the caves,
investigation.
and around the base. It seems like that as you guys keep going. You do find a couple corpses.
Identified as.
Are they
Uh,
jarable?
Can we
Put them in a
identify
jar.
them?
You were able to identify the vague remains of what might have been somebody. It's mostly dust now.
Oof. It's been a while.
Looks like they got hit by something strong. But you're also aware that one of the other ones isn't actually a full body. It's just shreds of what probably was armor.
Huh.
Probably your style of armor. You know, the fleet that you're used to and the people you're used to.
They were cannibals.
Or
And they
Or-
overcooked him until he was dust.
Something
Overcooked.
with really, really big claws, you guys.
Yeah, it's shredded armor.
are there any like pieces of evidence? Like, do we see any like foot, like
Yeah, tracks.
any tracks or any sort of like?
There's a lot of
Physical
weird
matter,
patterns
like-
in the ash.
Are there any like is there any like biological matter or anything like hair or claw pieces?
It's
or,
hard to tell. In these caves, the ash is pretty thin, and it's mostly dust. Just, you know, raw, normal dust. And there's actually not as much as you'd think.
Okay.
It's pretty clean.
This is oddly happy music.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. I think we just keep following the trail of
Yeah,
destruction.
because we're either going to find the attackers or the survivors.
It's a smart idea. That's why he gets paid the big bucks.
I mean, either way, they're survivors.
Paid?
I haven't been paid yet. You had to say something about the music, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm just trying to find good music, you know, not worry me. Yeah, so you guys go further.
He just picks like Yoshi story music. Do 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 do.
That was very impressive. That was very coordinated. Good job, guys.
I'm trying. I haven't played.
We don't need your
Yoshi's Story.
music. We can make our own.
I'm trying to remember.
We should quit the space pirate business and just become minstrels.
Guys, we should be a
I knew
band.
exactly what I was headed
Let's start a
for.
band, guys.
All right, there you go. There's your music.
That's pretty good.
All right, so yeah, you do eventually start making your way into it, there's this really brutalized set of doors and hallways that kind of turn. There's a lot more damage and signs of conflict, and there's actually like, as you get further in, you do eventually notice that there was somebody killed in one spot, and their body was clearly dragged, and it's just sort of gone into all sorts of caverns and holes. They just probably threw it in there or something.
Okay.
That's so weird.
I don't like this, you guys. Really don't like this.
I'm gonna hold back and let all the noisemakers go first. I'm gonna take up the rear.
I'll bring up the front, far enough in front of them that
All right.
I'm not associated with them.
So you're scouting, and as you guys scout more thoroughly, you just see more signs of conflict. You actually encounter a few more doors. You get really far into this building, and building, multiple rooms, multiple stuff. Can it really be called a building? Caves and all. But eventually you do manage to get in, and there's sort of the more final inner door rooms, and that door's broken, and there are more dead people in this room, and a lot of them are more intact.
Do we know how long the distress signal has been going?
Well, it took you multiple months to get there, so yeah, it's been about a year.
Whatever has happened, I
How fresh
doubt
does
there's.
this look?
You know, some of it's pretty fresh.
Oh.
It's not definitely a year. Not all of it.
So, what you said there? Some of them are more intact. What does that mean? What do we see?
Well, you know, some are absolutely punched holes in and shot to death.
More intact than vaporized.
Some are mostly just fragments of armor and occasionally little squidges of meat in what was people.
But they were our men.
Yeah. There's also a few not of your people as well.
Okay, what are they?
You recognize a few of them. They're sort of the people you fought.
Okay.
Dark armor,
Yeah.
vaguely difficult to find the organs of.
I'm gonna compare them to the thing in my jar.
Yeah, space pirates.
Yes.
Alright.
Call them space pirates, it's easier.
I wrote down space dwarf, but yeah.
I rolled an investigation check to look at one of our men who were mostly intact.
What'd you roll?
It was a 21.
Wow, that's really good. They tried to like specifically do something. They tried to lock a specific door. Doesn't look like they worked. But it does look like in that room, there's more dead people. It looks like they tried to shut that door.
But do all the kills look bandit or space pirate like?
Roll survival.
Well, we found a lot of bodies of our own. Is that what you mean?
It's 5.
You have no idea. Probably.
So yeah, what he's thinking is there something else going on that they were fighting too? Was there? So with the ones that look more recent, is there any difference, or is that like? Can we tell any difference between the ones that were more recent and the ones that are older?
You know, they're all about the same age.
Oh, they're okay. They're all
Sounds like what went down here went down at one time.
okay. What? Okay, so can we go explore that room that's back there? That they
Sure.
Okay.
As you do, you come to the room and you do see some of the bodies are hanging from the ceiling, attached by cords and wires and things, and some of them are stuffed against parts of the roof.
Do the pirates do this normally?
Maybe whatever
I
happened.
don't know this group. That
I will
you
consult
encountered.
the part of one that I have in a jar.
Do a history check.
And do you do this?
You can roll a
Maybe-
history check, but I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to get real lucky.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll roll a history check.
Nat 20 plus 5.
All right. Well, as far as I can actually tell you within any sort of reason,
He is a magical space
no
person
matter
that
how
popped
much
up on our ship.
natural 20 you get, I can't give you exactly what happens because you have no way of knowing, no matter how much you do. Because that would give away a lot of
Voice
stuff.
from above.
But you do know
read the
that's
book.
not normal for most living humanoid peoples. This is not something people do, and you do notice that there are, in fact, two kinds of people that are put in those holes and put against the ceiling and hung up. It's not just your people.
The space pirates too?
Yeah, there's like two or
So-
three.
Something.
And as you go through this hall, the next room is just basically the roof is covered in hanging peoples. Most of them are hanging by their feet.
So the bandits, or the pirates, were fighting our men, but then something else attacked them.
Do you think they fought back together?
It could be possible.
They
were both
became
victims.
friends at the end. I like that. That's very optimistic.
They're both victims, so.
Okay, so. Huh.
They could be, they
They're
could not
hanging
be.
from the roof.
So I rolled a 22 to get a close look at. I'll say one of the guys on the walls because I want to look at the ichor that's holding them to the wall.
Yeah. It's this kind of hideous, nasty, spiderwebby looking thing. It's not normal spiderweb though. It's this almost like gross, reticulated, almost, it looks super dried out and stuff, like it's brittle now.
Where did the spire come from?
Did we build it? Or, well, we as in
We don't really know.
Do we know
Who
this?
ship people?
Yeah, they didn't tell you they'd done it, but you can assume, but
Looks
maybe
kind
you're
of
right,
techy
maybe
though,
you're
so
wrong.
it's probably.
Well, he said it was here to serve as a communications tower, so we must have built
probably.
this thing.
I mean, that's probably how they did it.
Yeah.
So we said there. You said there's one room deeper that has like the roof
Yeah.
fully coated.
Looks
Is
like
there
in
anything
this
further
room-
after that?
There are a whole bunch of rooms that used to lead to quarters where people lived.
And nothing, but nothing like this seems like it would
No,
continue.
nothing.
This
This
is
is
kind of a dead end.
sort of a residential hub.
But there are no
But-
bodies back here.
Again, so this
The
is
rooms are, there are occasionally people hanging in those, but not really, other than that.
So this is a spire, right? There's lots of different floors.
We're in the underground tunnels surrounding the spire.
Go to the spire. We
You
haven't
crawled
been to
into what is essentially the basement of the spire, yeah.
Oh, never mind.
So should we check the actual spire, see the facility?
Yeah.
You can go further up if you want, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see if we get further up. Yeah.
It could
Alright.
be possible that this is just the front lines of attacks. Maybe.
Yeah, there might be survivors.
Or
Whatever killed everybody is waiting inside
I got
for
you.
us.
yeah.
We'll wrap it up. Alright, so you guys keep going. And things get pretty bad. As you keep going, you are aware of certain damages, some more hanging people.
I assume we're climbing upstairs, and that's
Yeah.
what we're seeing.
Yeah, you see a few more, not as many, but you are going towards more machinery and a few more locations with little bullet holes and last stands of sorts.
Okay.
And, these ones, some of them have been moved, some of them haven't. It's very interesting, though. As you do go, you are starting to notice that there isn't a lot of just stuff left around. There's not a lot of limbs or anything that's just left. A couple of the people are missing things that are just gone, and you can't find them. There's no dust or marks of where they were.
So parts of them have been eaten.
Marty is going to do a perception check just to make sure we're not being followed by anything, because he's getting really wary.
He's in the back.
He's a tiny, furry little nugget. And
That's
he's
not
so
going to do
eatable.
anything. That's a 5.
He just pop his
Oh,
fat
yes.
little round body into his
Yes,
mouth.
clearly
and
you're
chew.
being pursued. Clearly.
You're just the paranoia closest
Out of
in
the corner
around
of
you.
your eye, no matter where you look, there's always something. Yeah, it's always more terrible than the last.
He's got his crossbow out, and he's just like, as he's walking.
What the MP shoot it there? Anyway,
Okay.
so yeah, you keep going, and eventually you do get to where probably your central command, probably the message was sent from. This is sort of a general trail of death that you followed.
Yeah.
There is a locked door there. It doesn't seem like it was opened. It does have a lot of damage to it.
Oh.
Alright,
No bullet holes though.
who's gonna knock?
Alrighty, we'll go up and do shave and a haircut and leave off the last 2 knocks to see if anybody responds.
Okay. Nobody does.
Nobody does?
Nobody responds.
Does it look like? How does it like? Is it what kind of door is it?
Looks sort of like a vault door from the bank.
Okay.
So,
So
Do you think people
either
could hear through that? Probably
either
not.
the really big bad
There's
thing got locked.
not
in there.
really a way to hear from it. There probably is a way to get through that's not picking the lock, but there's technically a way to input things for the other side. There's probably an emergency open.
Or we have explosives.
We do have that,
That's
but
bad
she could
idea.
send a telepathic message to anyone inside.
Okay,
That's
you
true.
do.
True. All right, I will reach
Can you-
out.
They both.
Can you send it
They
to?
both do.
Telepathically.
Yeah.
Is anybody in there?
I don't think telepathics necessarily works. with
Nobody
people you
responds.
can't see.
I don't think
Because you can't get responded to. It's not a power you have yet.
Dang it, that's true. And I
Alright,
can't
we
find
Could say
that.
something like if you're
could-
there.
Yeah.
And is this?
I'm trying to think if
We
mine
could ask them to try to
Is
But
this-
nobody
get a
opens
message
the
to us.
door, so
Or, yeah, we could ask them to open the door if
That's
they're there.
true.
You can
Yeah.
telepathically speak to any creature you can see within 120
Oh, to see
feet of
them.
you. So you have to be able to know
It's
that
both.
they're there. You have to
you
see
can
them.
try vaguely. I'm gonna let you, but you have no idea if you succeeded and nobody opens the door.
And if there is anyone in there, they definitely know we're here.
True.
Do they?
Because some of us rolled really badly on our stealth check.
You do make a lot of noise,
But
they're
it's a
behind the
vault door.
It's a very thick door,
Let's see.
and you've been up at least one floor.
Can we?
Try
Can I
teleporting.
look at the lock and see if there's a way to open it?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a whole bunch of inputs you can try to put in. This is how you would input a message. This is also how you'd input an emergency open to the lock. You don't know the emergency open, and but you can try to put messages in, or you can try to figure that out by picking the lock
What-
of sorts.
Could I like try to see like on the thing like if see traces of like buttons that have been
Fingerprints?
pressed? Yeah,
What would you use to notice fingerprints?
my eyes.
You could take.
There's no distinct fingerprints. It's probably people probably wore some form of gloves.
That's
A
true.
lot of ash around.
Anything seemed like it would.
One of the buttons is
most pressed.
broken, but it's not actually. Doesn't look that important.
Okay.
It's kind of one of the edge buttons. It's probably nothing.
Yeah.
So you can put messages into it. What does that mean? Messages that can go to the other side of the
It's
door.
basically an alphabet cipher, alphabet and numbers.
So it
it's,
takes a password.
It's like a little keyboard. in the
So it
wall.
takes a password.
Probably.
Okay.
Are there any standard passcodes for the organization which we work for?
Excellent question.
No, because
Great.
it's so big. But yeah, your fleet hasn't been doing any, and nobody established anything.
Oh,
You
wait.
didn't talk to anybody about anything, so you don't know.
Do we have a radio? Wait, we're in a facility that's supposed to be a broadcast tower. Is
You
there
are.
is there a functional radio around here?
Probably in the other room.
All right, I'm gonna go look for that.
In the room right through the vault door.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh,
he said.
in the,
This
oh,
is-
the
this
radio
is
is in that room. Right.
In,
Probably.
in the room. you
Great.
can't get
Is there?
to.
Are there any signs or indications of any sort of?
Can we look under the
Would you
welcome
like
mat
to
for a
roll?
password?
I would love to roll.
Roll a thing. Maybe an investigation, because that's useful.
No boy. 8.
Ah, yes. You know exactly how to get in. Anyway,
Okay.
somebody else?
I am going. The I assume the letters will make a
That's a
beeping
nat
noise,
one.
and I will play the Zelda's lullaby.
Do a
on the
performance
keyboard.
check.
So
Just in case.
to let them know.
Do-do-do,
What'd you roll?
Charisma. Okay, so that's 7.
It's not very good. You forget it halfway through. It doesn't do anything, unfortunately. Does Artie want to do anything? Does Artie have door skills? Does anyone have lock picking?
I can lockpick it, yes. I'm just trying
That
to.
would work.
You're saying there were other
So
ways
it's a
aside from
Is
lockpicking.
it a mechanical lock or something like that?
There's a little of that.
I'm,
And there's more to lock picking than just,
I'm
putting the
proficient.
thing in the lock. There's also a bit of knowledge of maybe for like a dial lock and those things. It does work for those too. It would
Right.
work for a key lock as well. I'd let you guys do that.
I do have the ability to use telepoints to lockpick, essentially, moving mechanical parts around inside of a
Well,
lock.
you guys can work together to try to do that. What do you want to do?
Sounds good.
I have proficiency in smith tools, so
yeah.
would there be anything like that I could use to like maybe?
Oh yeah, you're aware that
Bypass
if
the
you were able
lock.
to damage this right, you're not exactly sure because it's not necessarily standardized. But if you were able to guess right and break the right stuff, you could open the door. It would just be hard, and this door's very thorough defended.
Not only that, but we may want to
You
keep it
probably
defended.
use- You could
13.
probably use the bomb to open it.
Let's not use
13?
13, and what'd you get?
6.
19, it takes you guys like 30 minutes. But you do eventually get the lock to respond with the sort of vague okay. And it does unlock. It takes a real long time though, and it takes some portal shenanigans to even get that. But yeah, you do manage to get the emergency unlock, and this vault door can be moved open. It's very heavy though.
Alright, let's move it, boys.
I have no strength.
I'm gonna lend all of my strength.
It requires basically all of you
My
because
2 foot tall
a lot of
kobold
you are very
frame
short.
strength.
Yeah.
I can contribute
very
3
And I'm
All
not
of us
strong.
except for Senora are short.
And I'm not even strong.
Yeah, so you guys are really weak, and that's
Already have-
hilarious. But you do manage to, as a group, push the door in. It was clearly meant to be pulled outward. So you managed to eventually realize to pull it outward, and that's
Really push a full door.
slightly easier, but still really hard.
My friend counts as tiny.
But yeah, now you can see into this room, and the people in there, they're all dead.
Oof.
And
Due to asphyxiation.
some actually no, some are bullet wounds, often to people without helmets.
So they're head wounds
Yeah.
for them? Were
Do they look self-inflicted?
Were they shot
Some
while
do.
they were in the room?
Oh.
Some of the individuals, though, have definitely been killed through blunt force trauma of something sharp. Many things sharp, and in some cases.
They could have gone crazy.
Interesting.
Doesn't look like there's any weapons of those there, though.
So it's got the sharp objects. Not here still.
It was you, wasn't it? Mr. Warp
I
around.
went in, killed them all, and came back out.
It's like, oh,
Presence of a mass
what
murderer.
happened to all these people?
Does he even have a melee
Oh no!
weapon? See where it
I have got a dagger.
If it is you,
That's
we need
good
to.
enough.
I've got a rat, actually.
If it
You
is
do
you,
have the rat, but the rat has not moved. The rat,
if it is you, then
The
we need
rat
to
kills
we need to have a
them,
talk
guys.
about why you're putting people on the roof. That's kind of weird, man.
Yeah, that would have taken
all
far
right.
too many teleports.
Well, in looking into this room, though, you do see the most of the terminals used for the message system.
All of them are dead, though.
Everyone's dead.
All my
All right,
friends are dead.
I guess we should boot up the message system and get a message to the
Looks like
command.
somebody died on the message machine itself too. They're just on the terminal of it, just laying over.
I moved
Their
this
terminal. Their
terminals-
terminal on the terminal.
Yeah.
Were they like in the middle of
Sorry.
doing something?
Yes, they were. They were trying to amend a message, and they didn't finish.
Can we
What
see
does
the
it say?
What's the amended message?
It's not really clear. They've been sitting on a key for a long time. But
Scroll.
you get them off the keyboard, and you manage to get back eventually, because it does cap out at a certain number of syllables, without deciding to put a new chunk of it. So it does kind of auto cap for
But it-
convenience.
But it does take us 2 days to scroll.
No, but it does take like 10 minutes. It's really awkward.
10 minutes of scrolling.
And you scroll for 10 minutes, and then eventually you find it. It was an amendment about being under attack and some of the issues going on.
Right.
Some of the problems. But it's not sure what they're talking about. It seems jumbled together, and they are suggesting perhaps a different kind of rank of problem. It seems like the person who finally did this was finally tried to adjust this message, was suggesting for a more aggressive status of the fleet on arrival.
Right. So like it was
Do
a
we-
more serious threat.
In a lot of ways, yes. It was also for requests for more allies and for an orbital lockdown.
So
Can we raise?
Can we find out who this message was for?
It's pretty clear it's you.
Can we raise the?
It's your fleet.
Can we raise the general? Or I guess he'd be in Hannibal. But
Would that mean that they already knew what was going on this planet?
I don't think so.
Because
There were issues involved, but this seems like this person believed that things were worse than expected originally, and the original
But
ports
they didn't
did
send
not
out
show.
the message.
I know, but like, to me it
They
sounds
sent
like
a courier over to suggest the kind of recolonization of the planet, which has taken hundreds of years to be possible. This is a very big deal, technically. There's a lot of ancient sites that, a lot of people back home really want taken back.
So a year ago they sent out the distress signal. Less than a year ago everybody died. We left
And
how
they
many
attempted
months
to
ago?
amend their message. You guys left about almost. Honestly, it did take you about 6 months of hyperspace.
Yeah.
It took about a month to prepare the fleet, and it took about. Who knows? Maybe you arrived a bit differently in time than you intended to originally. Hyperspace is funny like that. It's a jerk.
So when was this message written? How long ago did they write
Does
this
it have a
message?
timestamp? Yeah.
Yes, this was written about 8-ish, 9-ish months ago.
This, children, is why you improve your typing speed so you can finish your message before then send it off.
Can we raise the admiral from the radio tower?
You can try.
Let's do that.
All right.
also we should just hit send.
no, it's a bad idea.
What we should do is we should delete all the random letters that are on there and then say, hey, we just found the place they meant to send this. Quote.
Yeah, this would be your tool to communicate with everybody in the star system. It's a very good beacon for broadcasting that. It might be able to receive messages as well. It's a pretty good spot.
Wait, and it could be intercepted by someone else. that
Anyone
don't
in
want
the
it.
entire system could probably get your message. Would they know your codes? No, who's to say?
That they did seem to be awfully careful about this message. I don't know if they were just drafting it up in a formal way.
You
Or
can
if they
tell
were
they
very
did
harried.
not apply the proper codes that were agreed upon before hand. There was a modus operandi, and it doesn't look like anything was followed. This seems to be a bit more of an aggressive approach and a message that wasn't entirely able to finish, but wasn't entirely unable to be done.
Is the person who's dead on the terminal, can we tell if it's someone from our group or someone
Yes,
from the
it's your
Space
group.
Pirate?
Is everyone in the room?
There's only one space pirate in the room, and they are definitely torn to shreds.
But all of us are in the room, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are in the room, nobody's alive. Just a whole bunch of dead bodies.
I'd say we raise the admiral and go from there.
Yeah.
Alright.
Found the place, they're all dead.
I like his idea of forwarding the message with our footnote.
Yeah.
And it'll be like a very formal, very
Would you like to get rid of all the
Yeah.
letter G's?
There you go.
yeah, so that we can fit our message in at the bottom.
Yeah.
Definitely put the codes on that, because if this is going out to the entire star system, that's gonna let everybody know that we're
Yeah.
here.
Somebody work on finishing that message.
You know, a lot of you don't know the codes, that's the joke.
Yeah.
How about we just...
I definitely don't.
We just make up our own code and see if
Or
they can
literally
figure
hit
it
a
out.
button and it will apply the basic code. Because
Or-
unfortunately for hyperspace, it messes with electronics. So
Or-
you need a physical code
The Admiral's
machine.
landing
There's a
anyway.
literal machine
Yeah,
that
we need
will
to warn
basically
him.
spin
If-
and re-enter the code for you.
If there was an orbital lockdown in advisory, then that would probably change the plans of the admiral considerably.
Yeah.
Well,
So in a lot of ways,
we're
codes are
stuck on
actually
the planet.
used
I
with a
think we could
weird
use
cylinder
help.
thing that piano writes it after you do if you hit it. It's like hitting caps lock and then it just
That's
does
true,
code.
but you don't use the words orbital lockdown like loosely. There might be something they're trying to
Regardless,
prevent from getting
someone
off the
needs to
planet,
know about this
or
All right.
immediately.
Well, what message do you send?
We forward that message, and it's really nice
could we
and
just
really formal. And
Yeah,
then
could we just send it to our fleet then? Just the message just to our fleet.
I don't know if it just goes to our fleet.
It will be broadcast much like radio waves,
Right.
but it's through space and meant to go, light years of distance.
Okay. So you know those viral Facebook chains where it's like, if you read this, you're gonna die and whatever. So we're gonna put something like that in there. If you read this and you're not supposed to, you're gonna die within the next 24 hours, and then we're gonna quote it,
Okay.
just in case someone intercepts it.
It should probably be
Alright,
slightly
a
more
lot of
official
stats
than that. We
in the
could
I don't think that's going to do anything.
we could say like
And it definitely encrypts the message before we send it, so it's probably going to just go to our fleet,
I don't think
even
it
though
does encrypt it if it's a radio style.
There is, in fact, a machine that's meant to encode things. It looks like it wasn't used originally, and they had time to if they wanted to.
So they didn't encode it.
They chose not to code it.
I say we don't broadcast this to everybody.
we should
So you want to code it.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's code it. And then we'll say like mass cas deceased advised quotation
Sure.
marks.
Yeah, if you want to, you could even check the data, because there is identification on this person that was on the terminal.
Right.
Yeah, I rolled an investigation check a while back. It's a 22 on this person.
Okay.
Who's super rigor mortisized. And
But if he didn't encode it, and he had the opportunity to, I'm trying to think.
I think
Makes
it would
me
have
wonder
been
if-
more of a distress signal.
they were trying
Yeah.
to hurry though.
Yeah,
But
they're in
but
a
he
big
said
hurry.
they definitely had time for it.
Yeah.
So was it more of just
Hurry, yes. Unable to take the time to do it, no.
Oh, okay.
Looks like they were definitely trying to figure out what to send, because they had one chance to send a good message, but they had time to figure out that message. At least they thought they did.
So I say we keep the information controlled for now.
Okay.
We don't know what effects it
We
could
could also
activate, so
just take
anybody.
the information back with us, and then
We'll-
call up our fleet from our ship.
But they also said they were coming into orbit. Something of this magnitude should probably be given to them immediately.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that idea.
But it's going to leave us stuck on the planet.
What if we
can't
just
get
said
off.
that? What if we just rather than
We're just telling him what they said, not telling him to back off. We do have a ship. We can get off.
Yeah, the ship is broken.
Anyway,
We're still repairing it.
I've
We
got
need the
Dave's
backup.
ship,
We've got Dave's ship.
got Dave's ship.
yeah.
But that's
Alright.
just a
It's an escape.
suborbital.
Yeah.
You can get off the planet with it. You just can't leave the star system with it, and it'd be the worst ship to fly around the star system for a long time.
Anyway.
There's a reason these aren't the main ship.
Anyway,
Regardless,
I say
we should send a
code it,
message.
send
Someone
what,
needs to see this.
send what he said.
Yeah.
All right.
Mass casualties.
Boom. You
This
send
is
it.
what they wanted to
Deceased
send.
advised
Please advise.
quotation
You hit the button, you hit send, the spire begins to rattle, and you're starting to channel things in the system. Looks like it's still working, and there's a lot of energy starting to go through things, and you're very much aware that you've sent the message, because there's basically a pulse to the entire spire. Mainly because you're trying to send a message through, quite a large distance. It takes a lot of power. And it looks like this was a pretty powerful system that had been set up. But, you are aware that some of it looks a bit odd. It seems like they took advantage of an existing structure, which would be one of the points of why people were trying to colonize it in the first place. So it would seem like the way you would do it.
Right.
So it looks like most of this is already there and easily managed, but some of it's old, and that's a little weird. But what you are aware of is something's going on. Mm-hmm. Who's got the highest perception?
We just woke something up, you guys.
I've got a 12.
Knew we should have gone back and just said this by mouth.
My passive is 12.
Yeah,
Where's
11.
my passive perception?
It's just your wisdom bonus plus 10.
Oh, wisdom bonus plus 10?
Yeah.
So just 12.
Okay, just a lot of 12s in this place. All right.
14 for
Oh, nice. You're the skilled perceptioner. Unless you have better than 14, and I know you don't. Yeah, you don't have better than 14.
He does not have wisdom.
All right.
Unfortunately. All right. So, Well, okay. The
None of us are very wise,
The identification of the guy you did study was was basically just Taka.
Taka.
Yeah, just Taka.
What?
Taka was his name.
That's his name.
Taka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's a humanoid?
Vaguely humanoid, yes. Human variant. You know, regular stuff for the Empire. Now, you guys, those who have perception higher than 10, which is all of you, I think. It should be. And those who have perception 12 or higher, which is everyone, I think, except for maybe Artie. But you guys are very much aware that there is a sound going through rooms, and it's pretty quiet, but it's there.
Get
It's
out of
almost
here.
a hissing sound.
Get out of here. I'm not sticking around. I'm getting out of here. I'm stealthing my way out of here.
Does the spire have any outer?
So you're going to go downstairs toward the noise.
Yep.
There's only one door into the control room.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like it was supposed to be defended
Is there
at all costs.
like an opening to the outside, like a window? Or
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah.
Not in the spire, not in the heart of it. You didn't need one. You have this massive set of arrays and what would have been detecting for cameras and other things, but it looks like most of those had been damaged or destroyed.
So
We're definitely not going further up. Do we want to
There's
try to
nowhere
get
further up to go except for maybe into like parts of the actual
Oh, okay.
machine itself. You could try those, but it doesn't sound like there's anything cool there. It just seems like a machine that wasn't touched.
So where's the closest exit?
We can also
So where you came from.
we can also slam the vault door shut and wait for things to settle down.
It
That is an option.
didn't
But-
stop everybody who was in here.
Didn't work so well. for
that's
them.
true.
I think our best bet is to try to stealth out
Well, stealth is not
and
really.
I would let you roll
You
a
just
new
teleport
stuff.
us out. Take us one at a time and just
stealth out
teleport
and
us
be
out.
prepared
it
to
would
fight
create
whatever's
some
coming.
anomalies.
Well, yeah, he's the best equipped to handle this.
You
Oh,
could
yeah.
try.
Teleporting humanoids is difficult for me. It might create some
Yeah.
dangerous anomalies if I overextended my powers like that.
What we could do,
But I could do it.
what we should do is we should hold on that
I'm just
until it's necessary. If things go real south, teleport us out.
Oh, we're in fake south. Right
That's
now.
8 times 4 is 36. Oh, no.
Okay, so
That would have been rough.
I still vote
It's our
we
last
shut the vault
ditch.
door.
It better be your last
Also,
ditch, 'cause
voted
that
we
could go
send a
poor.
message. That woke up everything.
okay,
So that's 30
You can also
over.
send a message for help while the door is locked.
I'm more on the line of trying to escape.
Alright.
So that's
Yeah.
where I am.
Sounds like
Same.
everybody is, so I guess we'll escape.
Well,
Just get your weapons ready. We'll need to stealth.
Yeah, that's.
They definitely know where we
Alright,
are.
roll stealth, everyone.
I have to stealth again after my really great one from earlier.
oh,
What was your?
Fed. Oh.
Yeah, you have to roll again. Everyone has to roll.
Okay, I nat
No
20
privileges.
and I got +8, so I have 28.
You are the definition of stealth, Mr. Red.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20.
Good. That's good. That's real good. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But
Plus
it's
12.
another 2 because
12?
I got a thing on
That
that.
could be
So that's a
better.
21.
Did you take the
13.
rogue one too?
okay.
The rogue one. I've got 21.
You guys sneak, and your kobold friend basically vanishes into the vents.
Of course.
Are there vents in this
He
cave?
found them. They were locked down. He got in, and he's in the vents now.
I'm
You
in.
hear, every now and then you hear a soft pitter patter, but what you don't know is he's actually in the opposite direction.
So,
He rolled a nat 20. He's the stealth machine.
And I have a +8 on stealth, so it's
okay, so whatever has killed these guys, definitely know where we are because of where the terminal is. We need to get as far away from the terminal, even if
Yeah,
we're
the whole
still.
building, and the whole spire's still slowly rattling. This is less concerning. It sounds a little more of a hum. You know, mostly that it's on and working and it's sending the message. It sounds like it'll be doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we get any? Does that help our stealth? The fact that the whole building is
A
making
little
noise?
bit, a little bit. And as you guys go down this hallway, you don't see too much going wrong in this hallway. It's not like, it's like, oh, you turn the corner, oh no. But you know, you just something's off. And none of you are sure why.
Okay,
It just feels wrong.
And perception to try and find what's off.
Be insight.
Insight, yes.
Probably, yeah. Perceptions for what you see, insights for figuring out if it's bad.
That's gonna make an 11.
All right. Yeah, you're pretty on the end. Something's wrong. Something's real wrong.
I might try seeing what's
for
going
it.
on. 7.
What about you, Ventmaster?
Ooh, you know,
I'm in
maybe
the vents.
this is just in your mind. Maybe
If you
it's
roll
not an
high
issue.
enough, maybe you can.
I'm in the vents. I will, sure, roll for what? Perception?
Insight and
Insight.
and that'll be the last insight check I'm going to allow.
That's a 20.
20?
Dirty or not?
Net dirty, but
Okay, if it was that, I would have been
Was it
like,
8?
fine, you tell me what happened.
it was an 18 plus 2.
All right, 18 plus 2, that's good. That's good. You're aware things are very wrong, and you actually hear it that nobody else hears. You begin to hear the soft, like, pitter-patter.
I don't know how to, like...
Well, you're super stealth,
if
so
I-
maybe you can send your whispery,
If I
sneaky
tell you
voice.
it's going to make it worse, I'm not going to tell them anything.
You
And
got
then,
a nat still.
as you follow the group and the group does
No,
get
I mean,
further
like,
down,
it's
you
gonna make
eventually
you guys
start
more
to hear
scared
it. You
of
hear
what we're-
footsteps as well.
Behind us or in front of us?
In front of you.
Wait, we're hearing this or he is?
He's hearing it.
Oh.
So how far
Are
down
they
are we?
human
How
footsteps
far
or?
do
You're
we have
on
to
the
go?
second floor, you know, and you're kind of going towards the first floor that you were on originally, kind of in the basement.
Right.
Okay.
There's only about 3
Are there any, like,
floors, yeah.
branch off rooms, or is it all just, like, one hallway?
There are branch off rooms, but there doesn't seem to be too much going on in them. Just based on your already previous investigation, it seems like most of them were just storage or small residences or.
But I feel like that creature is or whatever it is probably coming towards where we sent the message.
Yeah.
So if we can jump into one of the side rooms and let them go let it go past, or let them go past.
What if I rigged one of the napalm canisters to go and put it in one of the other rooms?
Yes.
I like that plan.
Teleport right in.
I say
Set
we.
a trap, huh?
Well,
Or
how
just
far are we from the main control room?
Oh, you're probably about 50, 60 feet.
Because we should have rigged the main control room to explode and let them go past and then exploded it.
You could teleport to one of the open rooms, yell, plant a napalm bomb, and then jump out. And then when they go in there, and then it explodes.
That's true.
No, actually, it costs less.
What?
Nothing. Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable idea.
'Kay.
So let's rig up a napalm bomb, boys.
Okay. Roll survival for rigging an explosive trap.
That's a 10.
I was about to say,
It's not your best work, but it's not hard to turn something into something that will blow up. So, you're not sure if it'll actually do it, but if it does, it's gonna hurt.
All right. So,
What you gonna do?
all
In
right.
the
So
room?
I pop into one of the open rooms.
Okay.
That's off to the side, and I start screaming. Just to try to get
Okay,
whatever it
you
is.
scream loudly and
say, would that be a performance check?
performance, please.
Trying to attract monstrous things. That's not great. That's an 11.
You know, you yell a lot. It's not really doing it. You begin to hear more stuff below, and you're beginning to hear stuff, occasionally little clickety-clack noises as well. But you're not actually hearing anything speed up or respond to your screaming.
How else can I attract a monster?
Doesn't seem like it did.
I think.
If you are in a room with a bomb.
I think you should set the bomb to go off anyway, and you guys should all get into a side room. I'm in the vents, but we should get everyone into a side room, a different side room, and just have it explode.
I say we hang on to the bomb for now.
Well, we have several, right?
I have 3 napalm canisters. One is currently a bomb.
and he has one real bomb.
Yeah, I have one real bomb too.
So
A really big bomb.
One very effective bomb.
Yes.
And 3 makeshift hopeful bombs.
Hopefully.
we should have set the really effective bomb in that control room, and then just let everyone go in there and then
You
explode
could
it.
still teleport to the control room.
But you don't know that
You
they're
could
actually
walk
going
to
up
it
there.
too. It's only 60 feet away.
That too.
Nothing seems to be going up the stairs or anything. Nothing seems to be
I think we've just
doing too much.
drawn them out of their tunnels. They may not be
So,
intelligent enough
I'm
to
gonna
know
teleport
where it came
back
from.
over to you guys. And I'm gonna be like, it didn't come up. I've still got the bomb there.
Okay.
I say we keep sneaking.
So, is the running theory that they're just staying in the basement then?
Or they're checking all the rooms down there and then coming up here.
We can wait and see.
In which case, speed could be key in getting past them.
Yes.
Do we want to try and
But they also might come up here and check all the rooms up here too, or
Ooh.
it might come up here. We
Exactly.
don't really know.
So I think there's fewer rooms for us to hide in up here than there is down there. And so if we go quickly through, then we might miss them, theoretically.
Maybe.
maybe?
I'm like super stealth, so yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, they won't find you in the vents, probably.
Maybe, unless they're in the vents, we never know.
Alright, so we stealth onward. Sounds like.
Alright, where are you stealthing to?
Downstairs.
Get out of here.
Was there a main entrance, or could you only get in through those
There
tunnels?
were a few staircases down. There's about 4, one for each direction.
But
The one you came from is a good way down, and that was where you came from. It's pretty close to where he parked, technically. The other ones would be in other directions, probably. And the doors would still be
wanna
very
take the
thoroughly
direction
locked
where
down
he
and shut
parked.
down, and you didn't check them out too thoroughly.
So there's
There's a way you came in that you could probably go back, but it was also where things were rough.
So you're saying there's a 4 normal doors that you can use to get out of the spire?
Probably.
Like
You
not
haven't checked
going underground.
every way out, but it seems like it.
Okay.
It also seems like, there were a lot of ways into the main lower zone, and there were just a lot of doors locking it off.
Alright, we'll head for the one that's closest to the ship.
Yeah, that
Right.
seems like the most sense.
Okay. Alright. So you guys begin to go downstairs, and at first things are just still awkward. And then you realize some of the bodies are gone.
Oh shoot.
Nope. Nope.
And the noises are much louder. There's a lot of footsteps moving around.
Oh, it's
And there's a lot of
Trip
clickety
Ride
clacky
too.
noises as well. And you're not exactly sure of what's the issue, but as you keep progressing, eventually you see it. This massive tide of hideous insects that are all each about a foot tall, and all these hideous
They're so
shambling
tiny.
people just in this large tide going from room to room. And just as soon as you are even nearly in eyesight, they all just turn and stare at you.
Wait, so there's insects on the ground?
It's a massive tide, yeah. These massive foot-tall spider-like creatures and these
Napalm
shambling
grenade?
husks of humans. And they all just turn immediately.
Do we
and,
know?
Yeah,
Oh,
Do we
it
know
right
if
there.
we're?
oh, this is exactly
Do we know
like
if the
what you're burned
wall?
that's the inspiration.
Do we know if the wall, like any walls that we're at, would be to the outside, or are we underground right now?
You are underground, and directly outside is hard to tell. There are doors that you could probably blow through. and
Napalm.
get through
I would
and-
Because
throw
if
the
we,
napalm
if we
bomb
could
at
like blow up.
We'll talk about that next time. That's
Oh,
okay.
no.